Mbappe, and honestly, I might say Salah over soccer right now. So just
That's
relax. I don't want you
that's
to get too.
egregious.
I don't want you to get. I
That's
don't
not
want you.
egregious.
I don't want you to get too excited, bro. So calm down. I know you're feeling yourself a little bit, but I just want you to know that. He's not there yet, bro.
Let's just stick to basketball, J-Ro, because that's a terrible
Yo,
take.
look,
Please,
That's a
look,
terrible.
please.
That's a
look.
terrible
Hey,
take.
look. Hey, Louis, look at me. You feel me? It's all good,
I'm
bro.
here to talk basketball today, fella. I'm so off for the.
Louis,
Louis heartbroken from football. He can't be doing that today.
Louis, you will be okay. We can get through this together, Louis.
Appreciate that, Bobby.
Yo, we almost didn't have a show today. JD wasn't able to make it because it appears he may be on suspension or not.
Is it load management, JD?
Low management.
No. JD's under allegations and litigations and all type of other stuff. And the same reason that we haven't seen Shaq. Remember when Shaq took his suspension? JD may be going under that right now. His representatives are getting back to us today, so we almost didn't have a show. But never fear, Dub Host is here.
Dub Host is here.
Oh no! Last night y'all was
literally
I'm
Dub
not a
Host.
host. I'm not
Yes,
a host.
you are.
Hey, I'm the dub host when JD's not around. When JD's
Honestly,
not around,
let
I'll
me
be
do it.
hosting. I'm the best host y'all ever seen besides JD.
I'll get this lit.
I don't feel like
Fire.
Y'all. Hey, Dub. What did they do to voting on the panelists and hosts? Y'all need to get in there and vote.
Yeah, how about the chat?
Nah, they didn't post last month.
What'd you say?
They didn't post last month.
I wonder why.
Wow.
That's JD's job, and
he didn't do it.
It's probably a reason why he didn't post. You know how that goes.
I don't know, Ron. You did a terrible job at hosting last night. You let too much lies be told. I'm not gonna hold you.
I can't stop niggas from capping. You
Oh,
think, Dub?
Dub, you let the Indian fellow on open gym throw down the end ball.
That wasn't my fault. That just happened.
Now it wasn't your fault.
That came out. That was out of the blue. It caught all of us
him?
off guard.
Did you kick him?
I didn't know what else to do. I had to.
What do you do?
Don't worry about it. We don't have to talk about it. We'll have to talk about it.
That's a top 10 PC moment for me.
Yeah, go watch. Go back to Open Gym. The timestamp at hour and 16, bro. You'll see what happened.
You have the time.
It was yesterday's episode.
Yeah.
I must check it out.
Hilarious. Yo, but right from the jump, this show is brought to you by Lucra Doncic, a great app that everybody should download and use the Player's Choice code that you see down here. This is our wager of the week. We have Ja Morant versus Joel Embiid. Now, I need to know, where's everybody leaning towards in this bet? It is for points, not assists, not rebounds, not steals, not blocks. Points. Who do you think will have more points? Who would you put your money on?
Let me break it down for you, Ron. Okay, so they're playing each other. Well, the Sixers guards, James Harden, couldn't guard my son in his sleep. So and then I mean, I'm saying James Harden couldn't guard my daughter, bro. So let me go ahead and say that Ja Morant's going crazy.
No, that's a lie. That is just
Thank
a
you.
lie.
Like,
that is just
and
I'm
then,
tired.
Wait, what's the lie? What's the lie?
Hold on.
I'm no longer allowing lies, bro, to be told.
I didn't.
This is why I'm an L host, because I let Bob come up here and say that.
Wait, Dub. Y'all got to give me a chance. Give me a chance.
You gotta meet Hezzy though. She do got.
Hey, give me a chance. Give me a chance. I mean, she. She crazy. She got mean footwork.
Go ahead.
And then so the Grizzlies also got Jaren Jackson and Steven Adams. So Joel's not gonna want to bang with Steven, so he's gonna be out there probably shoot 11 threes. So I think it's quite easy to go with Ja Morant.
Isn't Steven Adams hurt?
Well, whoever's down there, he don't want to bang with nobody. So
Brandon Clark.
It'll be Jaren Jackson. Jaren's gonna be smacking this shit.
Joel Embiid's drawing 6 fouls in 5 minutes.
Oh damn!
See what I'm saying?
We know that. We know that's what's happening.
You know what, Mars? You got a good point right there. So Joel might shoot about 35 free throws tonight. I'm still going with Ja because, like I said, James Harden can't guard my daughters.
Can I say something now, Bobby? Yeah, just a lot about James Harden and his defense just gets a little bit overblown, mainly because, and I blame like Shaq and the Fool probably, and the highlights of James Harden just letting the defender go by. It did happen back in like 2016 and then 2015, but I'd say ever since 2017 and 2018, I don't think James Harden has shown that same level of defense. I'm not gonna say he's a great defender or an amazing defender, but to say think that he's a cone or a terrible defender or anybody scoring buckets on him, that's just not true. It's not true at all.
What percentile of the league is James Harden
in? Defender?
Bottom 3.
He's like average. I'll say average.
Hey, and that shows you how pitiful the NBA is as far as defense goes. If James Harden is an average defender, that's a skill set of James Harden though. Like I hear a lot of people do the same thing with Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson, he did great off ball and everything. Allen Iverson was a terrible defender. But we talking about Allen Iverson.
No. I'm just bringing up the inconsistencies in people's argument. Allen Iverson was a terrible defender, but for James Harden, you, Bobby, are crucifying James Harden for being a terrible defender, but you don't criticize Allen Iverson for being a terrible defender. James Harden is not even a terrible defender. He's an average defender.
Well, Dub, check it out. Because anytime I'm not around or I'm hosting, you tend to cook. But that's not today, buddy. I'm here live in the flesh, in full effect, Dub. I'm not going for none of that. James Harden is in the top 10 percentile on defense. I'm bottom 10. I'm sorry, bottom 10 percentile. Why? And if you say he's an average defender, then that just goes to show how bad.
How much of it is skill there?
Why?
What do you mean? It's a lot. It's deep.
How much? What percentage?
What
percentage is skill and what percentage is?
I think defense
is less skill. It's more effort.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Defense is majority effort.
It's effort, bro, and he puts in minimal effort, and that's what I'm saying. Because he's a very skilled athlete. You know what I'm saying? He has all the ability, and that's why I'm even more hard on him because he has all the attributes, all the athleticism, all the skill to do it. You see the way he moves on offense. Mm-hmm. So why not apply that on the defensive end? I know sometimes, Dub, you say, well, if you're a scorer, you're not supposed to be out here playing defense. I call bullshit.
No, I never said that.
You said that.
No, I've never said that. Number one. Number two.
Don't lie on national television.
When have I said
that's
that?
crazy.
I don't know when I've said that. When I've said that. When have I said that? I don't remember. God. I've never said that. I've said. I've given you the reasonings on why people didn't play defense, but just because I give you the reasonings on why doesn't mean I'm caping for it. I'm just letting you know
what type of reason is that to not play defense? What excuse is that to not play defense?
Is offense an excuse to not play defense?
No. Hold on, time out.
I'm asking the question, Dub. I'm
saying you could criticize guys for doing that. But when somebody tells me why doesn't he play defense, I'll say, well, that's the reason why. And then that's not me caping. I'm just giving you the reason why they're not giving effort on defense.
Look, Dub, that is caping. Anytime you sit up here,
just because I provide a reason,
Dub, it is your obligation to hold people accountable for not playing defense. I take it as a personal obligation. If you ever come and you say, oh, why don't they play defense? The only reason you can say is because he's hurt. If he's not hurt, like I'm talking about hurt, which means he's not in the game. The only reason you shouldn't play defense is if you're sitting on the bench. If you're riding the pine, okay, you're not playing defense. If you're in the game, you need to check your man, bump him coming through the lane. You got to play defense.
Hold on, Lewis. I've never said it's okay that they don't play defense. I've never said that I'm fine with them not playing defense. All I said was, the question was, why did they not play defense? And then I told you why. You could interpret it whichever way that you want. I would tell you why. I don't know which scenario you're talking about. So bring me a scenario.
Any scenario. Like, okay, why doesn't Trae Young play defense?
Oh, because he doesn't give effort and he's not a great defender.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's just not play defense. There's no reasoning behind that. It's just he doesn't play defense.
There's some people like, all right, so I'll bring up LeBron James for sometimes. There's some times where he does take times off. He doesn't play defense like that. I know the defender he is, but I know that he takes time off. I know that about him. I was taught to rest on offense because offense is the easy part. Offense is the easy part of the game. So these guys are just lazy. They don't want to do it. They're entitled. They're prima donnas. They feel like, oh, I gotta say. Wait, you were told to rest on offense because you said yourself you wasn't that great of an offensive player.
No, I'm not. I'm never said I wasn't a great offensive player. I just said I've always played with very good players. So it's like I know that I have to play defense because everybody's not going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's your job.
That's
your job.
Dub. Everybody has to play defense, Dub. Everybody has to play defense.
I'm not discounting that. I'm not
if
discounting
you want to
that,
win,
Bobby.
if you care
discounting
about
that,
winning, if you care about winning, you got to play defense.
Why are we in this
Do
conversation?
coaches ever tell players, say like, would Luka ever get a message from his coach saying, you know
Probably
what,
not.
I want you to give 100% on offense, but you can save some of your energy for the offense. Maybe don't pull your shorts up on defense.
If I ever, like, for instance, with any of my kids, if I ever heard a coach say that to any player on any of my kids, my nephews, my nieces, my little cousins, any teams, I'm instantly pulling them off the team. Like, come on, we're out of here.
But Bobby, why
We're
are we talking about something that none of us is arguing against?
Well, because you brought it up. I was just simply stating the fact that James Harden couldn't guard my daughter, and you wanted to make a big deal about it.
So we'll go back to James Harden.
You wanted to make a big deal about it. I just stated the fact. That's all.
We'll go back to James Harden. The lie about James Harden and his defense is extremely overstated because James Harden has shown to be a capable defender ever since 2018 and 2019. Is he a lockdown defender? No, but to act as if he's a cone, that's not true. He's not this top 10 bottom defender. He's actually a pretty good low post defender. He has strength. I'm not gonna say he can't move his feet. He's not amazing on his feet, but he can't move his feet. So he's not getting torched.
He can, but does he?
Can I take a poll?
I think he does.
Everybody
100%.
up here. I want to ask everybody up here: is James Harden a cone? Yes or no? Louis, I'm starting with you. Is James a cone?
Are we comparing him to other people that?
Yes, that's the only thing. That's our only.
Well, is he?
You're comparing him to cones. You're comparing him to cones.
But go under, Ron. Is he in the top 50 or bottom 50 percentile in defense?
Okay.
Okay, compared to other point guards in the league, I would say, yeah, he's bottom 50.
Mars?
Bottom 50.
J-Rob?
Bottom 50.
Bob?
Bottom 5.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Dub?
If he bottom 50 of point guards,
I think he's in the lower
half. Dub, we are on national television.
if he's bottom 50, he's like 45. He's like 45 or 48.
Okay. Ron?
That's fair, Dub.
Ron, James Harden is bottom 10, and on a boat, he's bottom 2.
Oh my God.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. I never got everybody on the wager. J-Rob, who are you taking?
I'm taking Embiid. Light work.
Mars?
Embiid.
Louis?
I'm gonna go with John Morant since they said Embiid.
Dub Zero?
James Harden.
And there you have it.
That's racially motivated. That's crazy.
All right, y'all. So I know everybody has certain agendas that they may want to push or they may not want to push. Right now is your time before we go ahead and dive into the current players at every position. If you have anything that you want to get off your chest, right now is your time to do the heavy lifting.
There was a major lie told last night about Jokic and Giannis off.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Hold on. Let's go and get to it. What was the lie? You gotta tell the lie first.
First
and
of
you
all,
gotta tell who was telling the lie.
Yeah, who told the lie?
To sit here and think it was Ticket, Chilltown, and Fluent. To sit here and think that Giannis is a better offensive player than Jokic is just, you can't even make a debate for that case because it's just utterly ridiculous to say. And the reasonings I heard for it was just nothing but blatant lies. Number one, Chilltown was talking about the mid-range shot being respected. That's a fucking lie. They don't respect Giannis's mid-range like that. They don't respect his three-point range like that. Giannis is living and dying by the rim this year. That is exactly what he's doing. They don't respect the mid-range. They don't respect the three-point line. He's not that good of a shooter. It is what it is. Then I heard another point of Fluent talked about, Jokic is a bad defender. He takes breaks on defense. So then that means he has so much more energy on offense. That's a lie too. Jokic gets headhunted a lot of the times. They try to put him and pick him.
Yeah. You put him in the pick and roll.
Pick and roll a lot of times. And then Fluent alluded to, I'm going to pull up my basketball card. Well, if you're going to pull up your basketball card, Fluent, you were a shooter.
I agree with that.
No. If you were a shooter, you weren't a big man. It's not relatable. You were a shooter, and shooters are, yes, there's moments where you can hide them. They could take breaks on defense. Jokic Jokic is a big man whose responsibility is to rebound the ball, which takes energy, to score and play make, which takes energy,
and rim
then
protect.
to rim protect, which takes a lot of energy, and they're trying to headhunt him with a lot of pick and roll actions. Jokic expels a lot of energy on defense. His stamina is actually should be a point on why he's so great, because for him to not be hurt like this, for him to play as many games as he does, and for him to have that much energy throughout the game is a testament to how great he is, number one.
Right.
Then another point I heard was just because they build a wall up for Giannis, he brings more defensive attention. That's not true. They build up a wall because Giannis cannot shoot. You can't build a wall against Jokic because the big man needs to come up in the paint. He needs to respect the three-point line. He needs to respect the mid-range. And that actually opens up the game for cutters. That opens up the game for Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon to get some lobs, Michael Porter Jr. to run off screens and hit open shots. That's why their offense is as dynamic as it is, because Jokic brings the big man out. So, and to act as if he doesn't get attention, at least near the same level of Giannis, is not true, because in the postseason, they were doing nothing against the Phoenix Suns but setting doubles to him. They were setting doubles to him in Golden State Warriors series. So that's just not true. So you cannot provide an argument. You cannot provide a literal argument that Giannis is a better offensive player than Jokic. It's not true. He's a better passer. He has better vision. He's a better shooter. He's a better mid-range shooter.
You want this, J-Rob?
It is
I
what it is.
ain't gonna lie. Dub is cooking. Dub is cooking. But my only really knock to anything Dub said, because I think he hit a lot of things on the nose that I really do agree with. Like guys like Luka, James Harden, Jokic, they're not great defenders. So offensively, those guys do get hunted. And guys like Kyle Kuzma said it, like we hunt Luka when we play against him because you already know. So you're gonna force a guy like him to exert energy on a defensive end because you want the mismatch. You're gonna exploit the matchup. In terms of the offensive part of his point was like, I look at it like, do you think this is a question for you, W? Do you think Jokic is a better offensive player than Shaq?
So that's where I say Shaq is kind of up in the air, because Shaq has
Oh my God!
Shaq has a dominance level that I don't think Giannis has replicated, right?
Well, see, that's
Shaq,
okay. And
Shaq and
that's
his
cool with
attention that he garners is ridiculous. Like, I don't think we've seen anything like it. So Shaq is a different story. But I think
my bad. I thought he said Jokic. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I just think of it like this. I think preferably if you like the more dominant at the rim way of scoring, then at the end of the day, Giannis, regardless of who you like better offensively, he's still going to put up numbers. He can still get you 50. He can still get you 45. But he's going to do it at the rim. That's his game. So I look at it as it's more so like, what do you like? Because he does it in his way, and then Jokic does it. He has to do it in a bunch of different ways because he's not as athletic as a Giannis or an Embiid. So he has to figure other ways out to score. So I look at it. I mean, I'm really not mad at anything Dub said. Like, I'm not really mad at anything.
I want it to be said, though, I'm not trying to say that Giannis isn't great offensively, though, and that's what happens with a lot of arguments. Like, I'm saying, Giannis is a great offensive player, but Jokic, there's just too many talking points that Jokic has that just puts him over Giannis, bro. I'm sorry.
Giannis has talking points that we actually never talk about. Things that he does on the offensive end that Jokic doesn't do. He has things. It's certain things in Giannis's repertoire that we don't give him credit for or talk about.
I agree with that.
Yeah. My thing with that.
Which is.
Hold on, let Bob go. I'm not going nowhere, Dub.
Okay.
No, I thought you was hosting.
No.
It's a free for all up here today.
And that's the thing.
No doubt.
We're doing this like the panel. I'm the same host. Everybody talking.
Hey, well, check it out. Dub, I because yesterday I was listening to that too. I do think maybe last year, Giannis, people did start kind of coming out to Giannis on that mid range, and so. But I agree. I don't think his jump shot is respected at all. But I don't think that really, and I know this isn't the argument you're making, but I just want to clarify that I don't think that really matters as far as who's more offensively dominant. Because it's like if you can't stop him from getting to the rim, all the shooting that Jokic can do and everything, it doesn't really hold weight as far as Giannis' scoring ability. And I know that's not what you're arguing. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Like, yeah, Jokic could do more, but it's kind of like how J-Rob asked you about Shaq. Shaq is the most offensively dominant player I've ever seen with my two eyes, And there's a bunch of guys that can do way more things than Shaq could do. But the fact that you can't stop him from doing what he wants to do makes all that other shit irrelevant.
I agree
That's
with
how
you.
I look at it. Yeah, that's how I look
I
at
agree.
it,
I
you
think
know?
Giannis and his dominance is a talking point to be had, but I don't think his dominance is literally the only reason why we can have this conversation, why it's even possible. But when you have other things like the shooting, the passing, which is Jokic is clearly better. I mean, I'm sorry, there's just too many talking points for Jokic to be better than Giannis. And
Is Giannis at least a decent distributor? A decent
yes.
passer?
He's above average passer, 100%.
He averaging what? He averaging what? 6 assists a game?
Well, it's not about assists. I just
It's
think
5.
he's above average.
It's just
passer.
something like that. Anyway.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that for a guy like him at his position, I think what you take into account for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a 4. You know, it's not really something he has to do, but he does it pretty good.
Yeah.
So what were you saying? What does Giannis do that Jokic can't do?
So,
Hold him accountable, Dub.
so the first thing is, and I'm gonna say this, and obviously he can't do it to Jokic's level, but everything Jokic can do, Giannis can do. Giannis can make a 3. Giannis can make a mid-range. Giannis can make a turnaround jump shot.
Mars, do you want to handle this? Mars, do you want to handle this? Mars, do you want this?
Listen to what I'm saying.
Mars, do you want this?
Listen to what I'm saying. Everything Jokic can do, Giannis can do. I just said he can't do it to his level, obviously. Duh, we know that. Jokic
He said to his level. He said to his level. He started with that. He started with that.
Because I knew you were gonna go crazy. But Giannis can do what Jokic can do. It's things that Giannis does that Jokic can't even dream of doing.
That's true too.
Such as just the bully ball in dominance. Jokic can't do that. Furthermore, hold on, Dub. Let me get my full point off. The verticality or just the playing in the air. That's something that Jokic can't do. Giannis can catch lobs. Giannis can get tip dunks. Giannis can play above the rim, where he's virtually unstoppable. Jokic doesn't provide
better transition scorer.
And I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get to that point. Giannis plays above the rim in ways that Jokic, he just can't get off the ground like that. So Giannis has a whole nother bag that he could tap into. Furthermore, when we talk about transition, Giannis leads the NBA in transition points. So the ability for him to grab a rebound and go coast to coast, that's virtually another part of offense that we never, ever even give Giannis credit for. He's an unstoppable force on the break. When we talk about him just running the break and Drew Holiday throwing him lobs or Brook Lopez giving him an outlet pass at half court and him taking 2 dribbles and going and dunking on 3 defenders in transition, that's a part of his offense that's severely underrated. He gets literally 33% of his points in transition. We don't talk about that. Jokic doesn't give you anything in transition. Yes, what I will say is he does give you good outlet passes for sure. He does give you outlet passes, but that's something that Giannis can give you as well because he is a above average passer, like you just said.
You said Giannis is above average passer
Yeah.
I just have one question.
for his position.
I just have one question. Can Jimmy Butler do the things offensively that Jokic can do?
In terms of what?
Making a 3, making a mid-range shot, making a layup,
But
passing the ball.
Giannis can replicate due to his size. He can replicate the things that Jokic can do better than Jimmy Butler can. So I'm gonna say no.
But wait, because now you're just acknowledging that there's different levels to this, right?
That's what I said. From
Okay,
the
cool.
beginning.
So
I said Jokic does it at a better level.
for you to sit here and say that Giannis can do things that Jokic can't do, and then just completely forget that there's levels to this. Yes, can Jokic hit a 3-point in a mid-range? Yes. No. Hold on, Ron. I'll let you go through a whole soliloquy. The fact that you said he can hit a 3, he can hit a mid-range, you can apply the same fucking logic to Jimmy Butler, but you're not going to do that because you understand that there is a difference because Jokic is supremely better than both of those guys. Using that as a point in your argument, stop.
Do you know how flawed it is to say someone can make a 3? Draymond Green can make a 3.
I don't know if that was a great point to start with, bro.
That's like
supremely better.
That's like saying Russell Westbrook can do everything Steph Curry can do offensively.
Hey, Ron, can I get Coach Garrity on for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Louis, don't say nothing crazy, bro.
Louis, say something crazy.
That's so flawed.
You guys missed the whole point that I was trying to make. Though.
It was just
already. Hey guys, so I'm down here in Merida, Mexico. We're doing a camp for the youth. Right now we're specifically doing camp for special needs adults and some kids too. I have my man Coach Steve Garrity here. Maybe if you guys want to say a couple words, Coach.
Coach
Hey
Garrity,
guys, how's it going? We're
good,
thrilled to be here. For 30 years, our foundation has been running sports camps and clinics for all adults and all children with special needs. We're unique in that all of us are volunteers, and we're old basketball guys that love the game, but we really concentrate on giving those with special needs not a patronizing experience, but the same experience that you and I have had that has helped us in our life. Independent living, accountability, responsibility, all those lessons in life that Bobby and we've all learned together. We want to give that same opportunity to those with special needs. A few things. I'm down here in Mexico. I do them in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, Cancun, and so forth. Love to have people join us and be a part of it. But we also team up with a lot of college athletic programs. I'm all over the nation. The last 6 weeks or 8 weeks, I've been in New York City, University of Nevada, Reno, Brigham Young University, Oregon State University, Portland State University, Montana State University, Stanford, all over the place. But here's kind of my plea to you guys. Come join us. We want to come to you. I made a contact here with someone that wants us to come to North Carolina. This is great stuff. It is the most rewarding basketball you'll ever have in your life. And then just lastly, as I talk to these athletes, we're some of you that may have been athletes, it's a very selfish time in your life, which is fine. You're trying to make a name for yourself. You curse God that you're only 6'7" instead of 6'10". You only have a 30-inch vertical instead of a 40-inch vertical. Your knee hurts really bad. The coach is screwing me. When you get around these athletes, brother, I'm telling you, it's the most amazing experience. Your cares go away. You complain about nothing. And so my plea to you is I'm grateful to have Bobby with me. I love Bobby, and I'd love to connect with any of you out there that want to connect with him. Connect with him. He can connect us. Lastly, it's just our website is hoop.camp. That's it. Just go to hoop.camp. You can find all the information. Again, we're all volunteers, and we love doing what we're doing. Bobby's told me so much about you guys. Thanks.
W Coach Garrity.
Okay,
W Buff.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you better be
Yeah,
teaching
Coach.
defense out there, Bubby.
Yeah, I'm teaching everybody. Don't be like James Harden.
There's no strip
All
club.
right,
So
y'all.
now, Bobby, that was fire.
That was
But Mars,
fire.
what was the point that we missed, Ron? I'm not letting this go. You're muted.
Ron's
Get-
muted.
More so about mid
Get him, Dub. Get him, Dub.
Not even necessarily the threes, but even more so mid ranges. And I was actually going into the point, saying this point to make another point about how the defense guards Giannis. Now, obviously, you don't necessarily respect Giannis's jumper to the fullest, but you still have to play it. So people don't just sit under the rim and just let him shoot. They still guard him at the mid, especially at the mid range point. You have
Guard
to
him around they guard him around the free throw line for sure.
So he doesn't get ahead of steam to the rim. Not so they're afraid of him shooting.
Exactly my point. So it doesn't matter. You still have to.
Yeah,
At
I
that
get what you're
point,
saying,
Yeah,
Ron.
but their first option is to stop him getting to the rim. If he settles for the jump shot, they live with it.
No,
That's what we're saying. They don't respect the jump
Yeah,
shot.
but once he starts,
Also,
but there is
living
also
with something
facts.
is not the same. You
Go
know,
ahead.
they brought that up yesterday. I don't know if you were on there, J-Rob. I don't know if this is the point you were getting to, but I was going to say that living with somebody doing something isn't the same as not respecting it. For instance, if I'm playing one-on-one with Ron, I'm gonna live with the three ball because I know if I step out, it's gonna be hard for me to stay in front.
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. No, I was just gonna
it's
make
all-
the point. If he hits a few within the free throw line, at some point he becomes virtually unstoppable because if he's hot from there, you're not gonna sit on it anymore. Then he's blowing by, he's going to the rim. At the end of the day, like I do feel like I don't know if this was the point or the whole point, but like I do feel like we do discredit Giannis's offensive game a little bit. I do think to it.
No, a lot. A lot.
And obviously, I've not heard.
Giannis has more in his tool shed than you guys will ever give him credit for.
I've heard.
You think
I've
it's
heard
all
a lot of.
dunking and bully ball and stuff like that. No, Giannis got a
But
turnaround jumper.
I'm not mad at that
Giannis
though,
got a little
Ron.
floater.
But Ron, the bully ball thing doesn't really make me upset though, because at the end of the day, like I understand that Jokic probably has a larger toolbox, but I don't think that's a big deal because Giannis' his offensive dominance is shown. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
do you think something's gone wrong in the build-up play if Giannis is having to turn around and take a fadeaway jump shot?
That's not the shot Milwaukee won on any.
That's not gonna be the shot you want him to take all the time. You'd rather him get his easiest bucket, and everything easiest for him is at the rim. But at the end of the day, Giannis, I will say, he's not elite at shooting by no means. But I will say this: he's shown signs that he's trying to expand his game. I mean, it's not like he doesn't go out there and attempt to do the things he's applying off the season in games. He's not going to be some 45% mid-range jump shooter. It's not gonna. It's never gonna be him.
So
what do you think about that? What do you think about that though, J-Rob? Because me personally, I'm like when I see him working with it. But when I see him shooting that 3-ball, I'm just like, Giannis, please stop, bro. Like, there's no need for you to do that.
It's one or two things though. He does it to keep the defense honest. Like, what if I was to tell you that Jokic has only made 5 more threes than Giannis this year?
Is that true, or is that just...
Yes, it is. Jokic has made 43. Giannis has made 38. Now, obviously, Jokic is shooting a better percentage. That's not something that we need to
wait, what's the numbers? Do you even know the numbers?
And actually, Jokic is shooting 39. Giannis is shooting 27.
Yeah,
no, he does. And I think Jokic should shoot more. But the reason why Giannis shoots threes is because, first off, he's wide open.
Well, if Jokic shot more, then that means Giannis's percentages is better.
No, Giannis's percentages is actually.
Giannis has shot more. But what I'm saying is Giannis shoots that 3 to keep the defense honest.
And he does a bad job at doing that. That's the point. And that's the point. Hold on, Ron. And that's the point what I was saying. And you keep harping on us. He can't do this. He can't do this. No shit.
You're harping
no. You've used it.
This is the point you ran straight to.
No, Ron. You've used it.
The first point you made. You said Giannis can do everything Jokic.
Wait, Ron.
Yeah, but that was terrible.
I was silent for around 2 or 3 minutes for this whole time you was getting this bullshit off. So please let me say something.
Not bullshit.
You're saying that he can do this, he can do that. You said that multiple times, in the beginning and just now. The thing with Giannis, I don't care about what you can do, it's about what you are good at. Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler can hit shots. They can hit shots. They have the ability. It was almost the same argument with Thomas Bryant we had. He can make a 3. That don't mean that. Wait, Ron. It's not about what you can do, it's what you're good at. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's not a good mid-range shooter. He's not a good 3-point shooter. He's not good at any of those things.
Was he at least decent mid-range shooter?
No, he is terrible. No,
he was decent last year. I don't know.
I would say.
I think some of the numbers went down though, Mars, because he was forced to probably shoot a lot more this year than he's probably been. I mean,
without Chris Middleton.
He was shooting more last.
He's out Chris Middleton. I think the demand on him was a little bit different this year. And I'm not giving him any type of out. I'm just analyzing his situation this year compared to last year. That's all I'm doing.
Last year he didn't have Chris Middleton like that, and he was still able to shoot at a good level as well. The thing with Giannis though, that people they seen these numbers of Giannis in mid-range shooting last season and the postseason of 2021. They seen how it jumped up. But honestly, those are looking more as outliers of Giannis's career besides of who he really is. They harp on what happened last season and in the postseason 2021, and they think that that's who Giannis is, and that is not true. Giannis has always been a bad mid-range shooter. He's not been a good mid-range shooter, and that season from last season is looking more like an outlier besides who he really is.
But when you say outlier, what do you mean though? Hold on, what do you mean by that?
An outlier
like
means
a statistical out. Yeah, like was.
Mars, can we run to the peak argument, Mars? Can we run to the peak argument right now?
You can say Giannis' peak mid-range shooting season, he shot average from mid-range. This is the exact reason why I like to do more than 1 year. Because Giannis has a 1 year peak of mid-range shooting where he was average. And every other year of his career, he's been trash. That's the same reason I didn't want to hype up Julius Randle when he had that good year, because these players have outlier years. Giannis had an outlier year last year, and it turns out he can't shoot.
So we absolutely don't believe that Giannis will ever get to his numbers.
J-Rob, I'm gonna use a football analogy,
he might become
Cooper
better.
Cup.
But right
Cooper
now,
Cup had that one great season.
Ben was trying to tell you about that.
So Cooper Cup had that one great.
That's not really a good analogy.
Wait. Cooper Cup had that one great season, right? But you're not gonna treat him as that's who he really is. You're looking at more as an outlier of his career, correct?
Yeah, but I don't think anybody treats Giannis. I don't think even in his statistical anomaly year, anybody treated Giannis that season like a jump shooter.
Everyone, a lot of the arguments that I was a part of, they were caping for Giannis's mid-range. They were caping for.
Well,
that's what they were doing.
I don't know about.
I said he improved. Yeah.
I will say I can say he improved.
Yeah. People hated Gilbert Arenas for saying that he didn't develop that as a mid-range.
But saying he improved is not even.
Gilbert's a Nimrod. That's why.
It's not a big deal to me, and I don't really know if I don't know if I like the Cooper Cup analogy, only because even though this year was the statistical anomaly, Giannis still already had 2 MVP level seasons, Defensive Player of the Year. So like the level that
we're not talking about that. Hold on, wait. We're not talking about that.
We're talking about statistics.
We're talking about outlier. We're just talking about outliers, right? I'm not trying to diminish Giannis. We're just talking about outliers. How there's a time in somebody's career where they sat here and jumped up in the production or their efficiency and everything, but that's not really who they are. That's an outlier.
In that outlier
season, the production never changed. The only thing that changed were percentages, don't you think? Like the percentage he
shot more than ever and was more efficient.
I'm saying the number. I'm saying the
every season surrounding.
I'm saying like the points. I'm saying like the points, rebounds, assists, but the rest of his career were relatively the same. Just the.
Oh, Giannis is still great.
I'm asking like the shooting percentages were the biggest difference, not really the.
And what were the people?
Well, yeah, that's the argument being made. Giannis shooting. Giannis shooting is the argument being. Like for example, I'll use Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as an example. His whole career, he's been an 80% free throw shooter.
Right.
This year, he's shooting 90% on the highest volume of free throws he's ever shot. Right. If next season he goes back to an 80% free throw shooter, we would look at this 90% season as an outlier. He was not actually a 90% free throw shooter. He just had a great season. Yeah, that's what Giannis's mid-range was last year. Yeah, he has an outlier season.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to make sure we weren't talking about the whole season as an outlier, like the production. But I get
we're just talking about mid-range. Giannis is a great player, and I think he has an argument to be the best player in the world as well. It's just we're not talking about that. We're just talking about mid-range and offensive game.
Yeah, I'm Gucci. I'm good with that. Yeah, definitely good with that.
What about overall, real quick, Dub? Do you have Jokic over Giannis overall? As just a better?
I have Giannis over Jokic overall.
Are you? I have Giannis over Jokic. As a GM, are you first pick? Are you taking Giannis over Jokic? Or
I will probably pick Giannis, but yeah, offensively though, it's been the whole argument.
With that being said, I think
Giannis over him.
I think I'd rather build around Jokic though. I don't know. I think I do have Giannis over Jokic, but for some reason, I'm thinking I would rather build with Jokic.
And why is that? Especially after seeing what Giannis has done and seeing him.
It's easier to build around Jokic.
Yeah, I think
that's what it is, Ron. I think it's. I know it might sound crazy to say that, but it's like for me, if I have to, I'll have an easier job building around Jokic than Giannis. Even though Giannis can take over in certain times and kind of lead us to the promised land. I think with Jokic, you have a more variety of players you can pick from as far as building around that or building around it.
I agree with that, but I think I'll pick. I personally think I agree with that 100%. Actually, I think it'll probably be easier like to fit pieces, but I think I would pick Giannis if I had to pick the two of them right now, just because I just love Giannis's two-way potential. Like as a help defender, like I don't look at him as like no on-ball like defensive demon, but I mean like as a help side defender. Blocking shots, rim protector, a rebounder, and then I just love the way he can push the pace in transition and get to he gets to the rim in 3 dribbles. So I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like Giannis is such a freak that's like, how don't I take him, because he gives me elite level two-way potential. But then I do also think I could probably fit a team easier, like with pieces around Jokic. But I think Giannis has a lot more to be desired in my personal opinion.
I mean, and that's kind of easy to say just due to Jokic's passing ability. Obviously, it's like with a dude who can pass the ball better, more than likely it's going to be easier to put other pieces around him just because he's going to be able to find them and, get them the shots that they want. And they're obviously going to benefit him as well. So that's
not only that though, Ron, you can obviously you can do this with Giannis too. But I think we're underrating Jokic's ability to get in that mid block and go to work. Nowadays in the NBA, we're kind of limited with big men that you can actually dump the ball down to at the mid post. And Giannis as well, but Jokic, you put Jokic on that mid post. You got weak side cutters that he's gonna find. You got obviously he can open up and face and knock down that jump shot, and he can also put a nice little open up spin move, get to the rim. Jokic is offensive. You know what? Damn, Dub.
I'm telling you, bro. He opens up the game.
You know what?
I ain't gonna lie though.
I can't even argue this.
But hold on. But I also don't think personally. I don't think we've seen Milwaukee put the greatest supporting cast around Giannis. Like
I think they did a tremendous.
They did.
I think they did a good job. I think in terms of like the players they got, the fits were like appropriate. Like they were appropriate fits. But if you look at other guys in the league who got like guys around them, I think the level of players in which they have to be like their second fiddles have been way better. Like I still look at like I look at Drew? Middleton. I look at Middleton and Drew, like them together make your two.
Brook Lopez too.
You know what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense? Like if like I look at their team, the one is Giannis, the two is either Drew Holiday and Middleton, and then their three is Brook Lopez. Yeah. But I don't think of them two together. Like I feel like if you give Giannis some better pieces around him, I think there's still other pieces of his game that could be like untapped.
Who has a better supporting cast? Who has a better supporting cast between Giannis and Jokic in the past 2 or 3 seasons?
Before you answer that though, J-Rob, here's also the thing too. I know you're saying that you think that those two combine to make your two, which I think you might be underrating them a little bit. I got love for Drew and Chris Middleton on the offensive end. But also factor in what they bring in on defense too.
Defensive for sure.
That's like they bring a crazy defense.
Yeah, Drew Holiday for sure. Drew Holiday for sure. I definitely agree.
And so it's like would Giannis be better next to Drew or would he be better next to James Harden? You could obviously say on offense they will be better, but on defense,
you know what made me what made me have this real opinion was I do think it was the finals when they won. Like obviously, I don't think Drew was really too spectacular in them first 2 games. I don't think Middleton was too spectacular. I think Giannis really in that finals took the game over, and his guys finally decided to come along for the ride later on.
That's what a star does, though.
But I agree with that. But I think he set the tone so crazy. Like I've never seen in a finals personally. This is just, I don't have to agree with this. But Giannis, 2021 against the Phoenix Suns, I've never seen in my life one man influence a finals in the way, like physically watched in my lifetime, the way he did personally. And I think he influenced the entire magnitude. I think he tilted the entire game by himself. And I love Drew and I love Middleton. But if I could upgrade either of those two in Milwaukee, I would. I wouldn't wait. I would.
J-Rob, that's what goes to my point with Jokic versus Giannis.
Yes.
And that's a big point that I haven't got around to. It's just aggression and the ability to attack and just the mentality thing. Because that's actually one of my gripes with Jokic. I don't understand why Jokic is so good and so efficient, but he only shoots 14 shots. If I'm coaching Jokic, I personally want you to shoot 20 shots a game if you are that good and that efficient. Bro,
that changes things up, though, right?
Well, he does that. Like he does that in the postseason when they need him to do it. Like that's what he does. He ups his production and scoring.
Most definitely. I mean, but
so he's doing what you asked him for.
For sure. I mean, in the postseason, Jokic does, and the thing about both of them is in the postseason, they both do take it up to another level. So you can't say anything about either of them in the postseason.
One thing though, J-Rob, back to your point, I kind of thinking about it, I see what you're saying with that, but I feel like those 2 games though, Drew might not have been like scoring heavily, but the defensive pressure he was applying, it was I think that kind of helped a lot for Giannis to really expose.
Actually, I capped a little bit of my statement. Shout out to Jeremiah Smith. Well, LeBron in 2016. 3-1. That probably was the best one. But Giannis is definitely number 2. Yeah, that was number 2 for sure. That's a fact. Shout out to Jeremiah Smith.
Oh, man. Hey, Shout out to Bron, because that was crazy.
That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. My bad, Jeremiah. You are facts.
I actually agree. I actually agree with you, J-Rob, a bit. Not about Drew, but mainly about Middleton. I don't believe in Middleton like that. I think they should have been moved on from to upgrade that guy. So I get with the
Chris
second.
Is crazy good,
yeah, I get with the. He's just inconsistent for me, but I get with the second option part. I don't think they really found that second option for him, but I think they did a tremendous job of building around Giannis, though. Getting Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis, two guys who can rim protect and space the floor for the team. Getting shooters all around him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Bobby,
Grayson Allen, Pat Connaughton. I mean, I think they did a tremendous job of seeing Giannis's flaws and building around that and capitalizing on that as well.
Would y'all now? Obviously, I don't know if it's even possible, but I was on social media, like I've seen a couple talks. Would y'all think about trading for Dame if you're
Yes.
I've been saying trade for Dame since 2020, since they won the chip, bro.
Is that possible? Like,
bro, that should have been Milwaukee's number one target for so long.
Yeah,
pairing up Giannis and Dame, and honestly, I don't know why Milwaukee had never given. And obviously, we may find out about it later. We know shit come out later. But I would have gave up a big time offer to bring in Dame to Milwaukee, personally. Like that. So obviously, right there is insane, bro.
Yeah, obviously, you have to give up Drew and Chris, obviously, to get Dame. Like, there's no way. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm just saying. I'm trying to put it together in my mind. Like, who all has to go? Like. Who do you refuse
I would try my best to keep
Cam Johnson.
Drew and Dame together?
I just had to go for KD,
that's
bro.
Crazy.
Yeah, and if I can keep Drew in my backcourt with Dame, it's over, bro.
Yeah, I would try my best. I'll get Middleton up out of there, Pat Connaughton up out of there, draft picks. Brook Lopez or Bobby Portis, one of those guys got to go.
Yeah,
and just give them one pick.
Bro.
But do you think Dame would ever leave Portland?
Who knows?
He's traded.
I mean, if you guys trade
I feel like if they were to trade him, that would be even dirtier than what
sometimes you gotta
Toronto
save
did
to save him from themselves, bro. Save Dame from himself, bro.
The Blazers need to save Dame from them. Like, they should have been moved off of Dame. They're doing
each other a disservice. You know what I'm saying? Dame took up all the bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't. Who can they pay now? You know what I'm saying? They had a good run. I mean, it's all love. I think they can split amicably.
Who's going to Portland though? Who's going there?
Nobody.
Live from Portland. Nobody want to go. Nobody want to go to Portland. Nobody want to go there.
Portland is love, bro.
I'm not saying it's
J-Rob, you gonna see this summer.
I know we're going there. I know we're going.
Dub, you gonna
Dub, you gonna see?
I know we are going to Portland this summer. I cannot wait. But it's just like what I'm saying is no superstar is really trying to move to Oregon, bro. Like this is where I gotta be all year long.
And sales tax, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's cool, but Dame is on that, and I get it. Dame don't want to cheat the grind and cheat the hustle, but to me, you cheating your legacy, bro.
Man, Dame just be saying that shit, man. That's good.
I think he do too.
First it's good PR. It's good PR for him to say that. It keeps his fans loyal to him. At the same time, though, everybody doesn't value ring chasing because only one team out of 30 can win it. So a lot of people look at it like, what's my real chance of getting the ring first? So it's kind of like, it's kind of like just get the money,
your name. It's about your legacy. It's about how we talk about you for the rest of our lives, bro. It's not at the end of the day,
some people don't care about that. They rather have that bread.
Whether you like how Kevin Durant got his rings or not, if Kevin Durant did not get 2 rings, the conversation we will have about him will be so much different. There are guys that in 10, 20 years, we are not going to talk about them. Like I love.
We'll always talk about Dame. We'll
talk about them because they are our gen. We know these people. But once that trophy and that ring, that cements you. Like I'm gonna have to defend Carmelo Anthony to people as I get older because of the fact they don't have a ring. You know, I'm gonna have to be arguing with people about
Alex English. He's gonna be.
Hey, look, like I told Dub on Sunday. I'm only talking about the real. I'm only talking about the real. I'm only talking about the real hoop fans. The casuals, I don't care. So I assume that Dame feel the same way. He don't care what some fake basketball fans feel about him. True. On top of that, I strongly disagree, J-Rob. I'm if you ask me, KD going out sad.
Hey, I mean, Dame's gonna always get love around the league.
How is KD going outside?
Yeah, well, that first, it's that first move. First of all, like he'll never recover from that one. You know what I'm saying?
He's recovered from it.
How did you not see what just happened in Brooklyn?
But you're the only person still upset.
I'm not upset. We're just talking about it.
Not literally upset, but I'm saying you're the only person who thinks it's a.
I'm just. Yeah, I'm not the only person. J-Rob, talk to people.
I'm here, J-Rob. I'm here with him.
So you're telling me Kevin Durant, if he don't get a ring nowhere else, his legacy is messed up.
It's tarnished. It's tarnished.
It's because I value getting rings as the number one option.
Kevin Durant wasn't the number one option in that finals.
He was, but the team.
I don't think defend Kevin Durant's move like that.
I still got steps. Yeah.
Mars move.
I think.
Where's Kevin Durant ranked all time for y'all right now, currently in his career? Where he stands alone.
Oh boy.
Dub, you have Dub has him at 8.
I moved him down to 9.
I don't have to give me his
Dub drink
a mother say top whatever. I don't even have to give me a legit
number. Top 20.
Top 20, okay.
Yeah, you're not in my top 10.
He's in my top 20 already, bro. So it's like... Yeah. So I'm like,
well, no,
I would in the history of the game, your legacy not really, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No.
If he never got them rings, we would not be able to do that.
No, yes, we could, because I'm talking about skill. I'm talking about the skill set. I would never disrespect Kevin Durant's ability to play basketball. I only question his heart. So on the all time whatever ranking, which I think is it's at this point I'm just kind of off the all time ranking thing because there's just too many great basketball players. But Kevin Durant, as far as just overall with just some of the moves he made, I question those. I don't question his ability to play basketball. He's one of the best players that I've ever seen.
Hey, J-Rob, can I ask you this real quick?
Go ahead, Brody.
I don't like this guy like that, but I do want to ask him because I want to know where your head's at. Is Karl Malone top 20?
Ugh.
To me, no.
Why not? He has to. Why not? Why is
he's
top
3 in points? He's top 3 in points? Is that why?
Oh, because he was a beast, unstoppable, unguardable.
He was a beast. Yeah, he was a beast.
He was a beast, but more like a predator. And at the end of the day, he was a beast, more like a predator.
J-Bob, J-Bob, stop. No, stop using that word. No, stop using that word.
I could care less about him. There is 20 other guys in the history of the game. There's 20 other guys in the history of the game that I'd rather have over Karl Malone. And maybe I'm messed up because I can't differentiate the predator.
No, I don't think you realize you're using the wrong word. No, I don't think you realize the word you... Stop using that word, please.
The word should I use?
Just not predator. Do you know what he did? Wait, do you know what Karl Malone did? Yes.
Should that work? Oh yeah, pedophile, predator, pedophile.
Oh my God,
that's even worse. That's the same thing, Dub. Predator, pedophile.
Yeah,
that's the same thing.
Y'all got it.
Yeah, whatever. Dub, I'm trying to figure out what's worse, bro, because they all seem bad. But
J-Rob. So J-Rob.
He's not top 20. Karl Malone's not top 20.
Okay. Look. Okay, so obviously what Karl Malone did is not even in the same realm of what I'm talking about with Kevin Durant. But if we're gonna speak on stuff off the court, then that allows me to bump Kevin Durant down because I'm talking about his moves as far as his heart. His like my thing is I'm just a competitor. I want to compete. I would never go to the gym. And obviously I'm just talking about my experiences. I've never been in the NBA, so I can't relate to Kevin Durant's mindset. But what I can say is on the level of basketball that I played at, I would never just try to go jump on the best thing going. Like I would never, like, for instance, if we let's say we all and that's what not even
Charles Barkley in your top 20.
He would have to be.
But didn't he do that?
Bro, he couldn't even hardly walk, bro.
Did he join the super team? Did he not join the super team? And he be the same guy.
Was that really a super team? Was that really a super team, J-Rob?
Same guy, and he's the same
J-Rob,
guy.
did they win 7 years against him?
I don't know. Well, Charles Barkley blew a 3-1 lead to that team.
Thank you, Mars. He's the same guy that goes out of his mouth on TV and comes at KD and all these guys for jumping ship. And at the end of the day, Charles Barkley really just bitter that it didn't work when he did it.
Okay. So
he was the first one to do it.
So if a crackhead tell you don't smoke crack, are you gonna be like, oh, well, you're a crackhead, so I don't gotta listen to that?
Man, hit that.
Come on,
bro. I'm trying to hear that.
You know what? Bobby,
Listen,
that
bro.
is a phenomenal. No, that is a phenomenal point. I actually applaud that point. If a crackhead tell you not to smoke crack, you should listen to them because they know. They
They trying to
know.
keep it for
I'm
themselves.
with you.
I get it.
No,
I
no,
get it.
no, that's not true.
Nah, you right.
Nah,
Louis,
don't
Louis,
make.
that's
Okay,
the
nah,
Louis,
Louis, don't make. I'm not gonna lie, though. I'm not gonna lie, nah, bro.
Louis, that's the greatest point. They
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Louis, that's the
They-
thing there.
Louis spitting.
But my
Nah,
thing,
don't do that.
my thing is, and Charles Barkley, if you listen to his all the smoke interview, you know what I'm saying? No, hey, no pun intended. But if you listen to his all the smoke interview, he talks about that. He admits, you know, his shortcomings and whatnot. Charles Barkley is now here just saying, hey, I did this. You
But
should
if he
do
would
it.
have won
He
that
said,
championship, would he have the same energy for Kevin Durant?
maybe so. I
He would
think
be a hypocrite.
he
He
should.
would be a hypocrite.
I mean, but that's
He would be a
the
big-time
thing. That's the
hypocrite.
thing. J-Rob, he's just doing his job and speaking what he feels is true. I don't think just because Charles Barkley
So
didn't
you
have
have
just
guys
because
in your top 20 all time. Like for me, bro, I look at rings when it comes to legacy. You don't have to have 4.
you don't look at the fact that when he got those rings, he joined a team that just won 73 games.
I hate to have to put asterisk on rings, but if we're astericking any rings,
you can't asterisk his ring, bro.
And
I'm a LeBron guy, bro. I know I'm a LeBron guy.
If we were to criticize J-Rob, I'm just saying, if we were to criticize he's in your top 20. If we were to criticize any of the top 25 players' rings and their road to those rings, KD just had the easiest
I'm not criticizing those rings, but if you have to be to be in J-Rob's top 20 players, you just need to have the minimum requirement is 1. You don't even have to always have an MVP, because I know there's eras where guys like Bron and Curry and Jordan probably dominated the MVP race. So I'm not going to say MVPs, but I do look at like all NBAs because those to me matter. And were you listed as one of the top 5 guys at your position? But ultimately, to be in my top 20, you gotta have at least one, and one ring has to be on there, bro. I think that's the legacy stamp for me to be in the top 20, bro.
I can give you on there, J-Rob. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that.
J-Rob, is that all over player, or could you be in a top 20 for your position but not have a ring? You know what I'm saying? Like Russell Westbrook.
This is all the players. This is all the players,
but I'm saying with
J-Rob's
top 20. No, but for his position.
There's not 20 point guards with rings.
There's only 20 players. I only get 20 players, so there's no way I put 10 point guards on there. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, and we will be getting to top 5 current players at each position in a second.
I hate legacy talk.
Why? We need that, bro. You need legacy, bro. I think legacy matters. It's like the icing on your cake, bro. You need it.
But I think just based on our test, you can tell who's a better player than who. And if you don't win a ring, like, you know, it's fucked up, but you know, there's 30 teams. It's hard to get it. It's hard to get a ring.
I'd rather just talk about who's better than who at basketball instead of who had a better legacy than who.
Yeah, like it's so easy because it's so. I'm not gonna lie. The reason why I hate legacy talk, because I just think it's just a blank statement, bro. Like it just tells. It's just a blank statement to me. I mean, it's really
how so?
Because you can make. Let me tell you what. Because honestly, to me, because it's just the easiest. It's the easiest arguments to make against players. It's easy as hell. So my thing is, and I don't think that's really the truth in basketball. I mean, I think there's more intricacies in basketball rather than somebody's legacy, bro. Like a lot of people's legacy could be dramatically shifted if one moment changed. 100%. So I don't.
That's what makes it a big.
But that's the point. That doesn't make them worse. Like, what if Charles Barkley didn't blow that 3-1 lead, and instead of losing by 1 point in Game 7, they won by 1 point? That all of a sudden makes Charles Barkley a much better player? No, like
it doesn't make him a better player. It just makes you a better player.
It makes people want to rank them higher than other people.
So I look at it like this, Mars. I understand that doesn't move you, but for me, I look at it in the sense of like everybody in the NBA is a good player, bro. There are players who are more talented than other players. But in a team sport, sometimes one player is a catalyst for a championship, bro, or for, you know, and I do think that matters. You know, if
Kevin Durant wasn't.
And that's the point that I'm trying to make.
And that's my point, Mark. I know
you're great.
You're great. Are better, but I think greatness is a different thing. I think greatness and talent are not really synonymous with one another. They're just not to me.
I understand the legacy talks. I've been surrounded by legacy talks my whole life. I just always didn't. I don't just believe in it and that making you just a better player overall. You want to say he's greater, his legacy, his story is better than you, sure. But then by that logic, you would have to lean with a guy like Michael Jordan being better than LeBron James because his legacy is that much greater than LeBron James. His legacy is a legacy that LeBron James can never touch. But then
but LeBron James' legacy is as good. The only difference is the ring.
No, it's not.
I'm not saying it's the amount. It is as good.
No,
I'm not saying it's the
How?
yes, it is.
6-0.
What do you mean?
6-0.
And that's that. And
No, watch this, Mars. Watch this, Mars.
legacy
6-0. He never lost in the
That's
finals.
dumb.
He never
Legacy
got
has-
showed up in the finals. Oh,
but
now
legacy
it's dumb.
is not just rings. But legacy is not just rings.
Yes,
And I
it
just
is. Oh, it's
but
not
Mo-
just rings for MJ.
But bro,
either.
what did I just say at the start of this conversation though? I said that for my top 20 players, my only criteria is at least one. I never said the amount matters and where I rank. I just said I do think you need to have one on your resume.
Exactly.
Yo.
So legacy. So it's
six
just
is-
everyone just chooses to.
But
value
legacy
different
ain't just
things.
rings though.
Like,
Legacy
yeah,
is
but there's a lot of
DPOIs, all
LeBron
NBAs.
POIs, all NBAs. and-
Jordan has more MVPs, a defensive player of the year, more all
Right.
defensive teams. Like the legacy LeBron has is a longevity legacy. Like if we're talking about what they've achieved, MJ achieved more finals MVPs, more MVPs, more scoring titles, more all defensive teams, more defensive player of the years.
But that's
like,
why I'm saying that top 20 just criteria of things you have to meet. It don't have to be the order. Like at the end of the day, people are going to switch. But I think in terms of the criteria, there's just some sort of like what's it called? Like benchmarks I think you need to reach. But I won't say because you have 5 and you have 3, you're better, or because you have 3 MVPs, I have 2, you're
if a
better.
guy has 1 ring and 0 rings, you're gonna automatically side with the guy who has 1 ring.
Well, I gotta look at your entire career as a player, bro.
CP3 and Dirk
Because
Nowitzki.
Derek Fisher has 5 rings, and I would never play him over CP3.
CP3 or Dirk Nowitzki.
I'm going Dirk for sure.
Why?
Dirk has always been good, so I can talk about his career as a player. He's always been good.
Mm-hmm. But what's the separator?
Dirk also has an MVP.
Also has an MVP, but come on, the separator is 2011, bro. It is the separator.
Exactly,
sure.
and I don't
For
believe,
sure.
and I don't believe.
You
and I
think
don't
Dirk?
believe
You think
in that train of
CP3 is
thought.
better than Dirk?
It's easily better than Dirk. I don't even have to
Yo,
think
but
twice about it.
Dub, that's why legacy matters though, because it's certain
Nah,
things within
bro.
your legacy that you do that propel you to another level. Like Dirk doing that year made him an instant GOAT. It made him great instantly. Like, yeah, he was good before that. He was a great player before that. But when he reeled off that run, that just showed how great he was, and that solidified and etched his name within the greats in the basketball game. And that's why I think legacy matters, because if you're a great player, you should be able to lead your team to the promised land if you're that great. We're talking about top 20 players, right? If you're a top 20 player, you should be able to take your team to the pinnacle of basketball.
But Ron, you say that, but then we all understand there's a lot of complications that come in the basketball game. 1 is health, 2 is your role
Facts.
players, 3 is your coaching, right?
But you play a career. You
Oh,
don't play a season.
And luck
luck
is a big part of that as well, correct?
I don't think luck's a part of it.
Luck is a part of it. People
I don't-
do.
you-
Luck is a part of it.
I'm
That's
not
why
factoring in luck.
Kawhi Leonard
I'm
won a
not- I'm
fucking
not
ring.
factoring in luck.
Cut it out.
Kawhi
Cut
won
it
a
out.
ring before that.
Luck
He won a
happens.
ring before
Yes.
that. Was the first
No,
ring luck?
Luck.
Was the
What?
first ring luck?
He
Was
wasn't
the
the
first
best
ring
player.
luck?
Cut it out, bro.
I never said he was the best player. He
No,
won a
stop.
ring. Was it
Stop.
luck?
Stop.
Was it
Stop.
luck? I
Stop.
never
So
said he was the
listen,
best
stop.
player. You
Stop.
ran to that. Was
Stop.
the first ring
Stop.
luck? Yes or no?
Stop, Ron.
Answer my
Stop.
question.
Luck is always a
was
part
his
of
first
winning.
ring luck?
Luck is always a part of
Was
winning.
his-
There's guys
Yeah,
that get the
nah.
short end of the stick, then
Nah.
there's guys who
Nah,
don't.
bro.
It is what it is.
It ain't got nothing to do with luck.
What you talking
It
about,
don't got
Ron?
nothing to do with luck, bro.
What are you
It don't got
talking
nothing to do
about,
with
Ron?
luck. Don't got nothing to do with luck, bro.
Winning doesn't have anything to do with luck.
Nah.
So injuries, somebody landing on their foot wrong, doesn't have anything to do with
It's a
luck.
part of the
Kawhi
game.
Leonard,
That's
Kawhi
part of the
Leonard with
game.
the bounce.
That's a part of the
That has
game.
nothing to do with
That's
luck.
a part of the game.
It is a part of the
That's
game.
a
It's
part of
time
the
to
game.
acknowledge that luck is a part of the game.
It happened to Kawhi, and it happened for Kawhi. That's a part of the game.
Ron, yes, luck is a part of the game. That's what I'm
That's
saying,
not
Ron.
being injured is lucky.
Getting
all of us-
hurt in a
all of
freak,
us-
getting hurt in a freak
It's
way is
luck
part
or
of
it's a
luck.
part of the game.
What are you
What
talking
is
about,
it?
Ron? What are you talking about?
So, Dub, when somebody gets injured,
Life
look at-
is-
when
life-
when
you have to
somebody
be
gets
lucky as
injured,
well.
when somebody gets injured, we just say, "Oh, that team got lucky." That's what we say?
No, sometimes there's some
Sometimes-
scenarios.
oh,
We did say Toronto got lucky that Kevin Durant got injured, no?
Exactly. Life is
Or
like
would we
Ron,
say that was
Ron,
unlucky?
Well, it'd be unlucky for Golden State and lucky for Toronto.
So there was luck in the air.
All sport has luck. If
I think that's
anything,
what Dub's saying.
anything that is out of your control and out of the team's control, that's an element of luck. There's things
What's
you can't
out of your
control. That's
control?
luck. It's out of your control.
What
if
is
your
out of their
teammate
control?
gets injured, that's out of your control.
He got it, yo. So
that's out of your control. You don't control your teammate's health. That's out of your
obviously,
control.
but your teammate controls his health.
No, he does not.
So time out.
So a torn Achilles is because KD didn't look after his body.
Is it more likely for Chris Paul to get injured than, let's say, Russell Westbrook?
That's because his body is more susceptible to injury. That's unlucky.
Is it more likely for Kawhi to injure his knees than for
he has degenerate knees? That's unlucky.
And Chris Paul walks around with a BBL.
But you know that going into it though. So it's
that doesn't make it less unlucky.
You know the AD injury prone ahead of time.
Yeah. And then when he gets hurt, that's still unlucky. When Kobe tore his Achilles, that was unlucky.
It's part of the game though.
Luck is part of the game. That's what I'm saying.
I guess so. If you guys want to,
that's what we are saying. Luck is part of the game.
I mean, staying healthy. You got to be a little lucky to stay healthy.
Exactly.
I played football, so I played football. Like,
you can look after your body as much as you want.
I knew every day I could get hurt. I knew every day was a possibility I could get hurt. So I get hurt.
It's a gamble. It's a
gamble. Yeah,
but I don't think. But I also don't. But I do think one thing I do say about your argument though. Don't you think you guys kind of in some ways are entering a slippery slope though? Because if you look at everybody's ring, you got to break down what possibly. Yeah. You know, I think that's a bit of a slippery slope though.
And we do that.
And I think it is. I will say this is why this is a disconnect. Because I look at, you know, I'm not pulling any card here. I just look at sports like from a player's perspective because like. When you lose, I don't always think about win or lose. I don't think about what in some situations, yeah, maybe we'll say if we had this, maybe the scenario would be different. But most times, players don't really think about what they didn't have. I mean, yeah, you can ask the question like media or a writer will ask you, you know, do you think if this scenario, woo would have been different? Most times they say yes. But I think from a player's point of view, like they're not looking at it like that. Like we just lost because of this, that, and the third, you know, and I do agree with the luck part. You have to stay healthy. Health is always a big part. But that's, you know, that's my point with that. That's my
luck has nothing to do with health. It doesn't.
Oh my God.
It just doesn't.
All right, let me ask you this, right? I have a little brother that has bad knees. Would you say don't you think that he's unlucky for those bad knees?
No, it's a million people around the world that have bad knees.
A million unlucky people.
No, yes, out of 7 billion people in the world, 1 million people have bad knees. That's unlucky, Ron.
Okay, so then that means we're all unlucky then.
Because everyone can be unlucky. If you're born blind, you are unlucky. I'm sorry, if you were born blind, you're unlucky.
So if everybody's unlucky, then we're all
very unlucky.
Yes, and there's elements of luck that lead to teams winning championships. Like what? Golden State were lucky in 2015 and they were unlucky in 2019.
They were lucky to draft Steph Curry and to draft Klay Thompson for them to develop the way they did. And Draymond Green. The Spurs were lucky to get Kawhi Leonard and him turn out the way that he does. Luck is a huge part of this.
They weren't lucky. Kawhi was who he was. They weren't lucky that Kawhi was the dog. They scouted him and drafted him, and I bet you they had.
Let me ask you this: would you think that it was lucky? Let me ask you this: do you think that it was lucky for Kobe Bryant to get traded to the Lakers?
Do I think it was lucky? No, because they traded for him.
For Kobe Bryant's career, don't you think that it was lucky for him to not be on the Hornets, actually go to a Lakers squad with Shaquille O'Neal? Wouldn't you say that that's luck because it's out of his control that they made that trade?
But it was in the team's control. They traded for him.
He's not saying it was lucky for the Lakers. He's saying it was lucky for Kobe.
Why would he lucky for Kobe?
Because something out of his control put him in a better situation. That's luck.
I guess. I'm not classifying that as luck.
Oh my God. I got nothing to say.
Apparently
I'm just saying, I've never.
Audio's lagging.
You said you don't compare luck and health in the same.
Nah.
Why not?
Because it's a part of the game.
But bro, we both played. But Ron, how many games? But Ron, but anytime you don't think anytime we ever made it out of a long ass season,
the stream is not lucky.
I don't know, Ron. I think luck. I think could be a little bit of luck.
I'm just saying, bro. I've never won a game or lost a game and been like, damn, I was just unlucky we lost that. Or I've never won a game and been like, oh, we only won that because we got lucky. That's never been the case.
What about if you roll your ankle?
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
you don't have like, and you wouldn't say you're unlucky to lose. That would just be like making excuses. But we can observe, wow, Kevin Durant tore his Achilles. That's unlucky. Like I don't know why it's even debatable.
I can say it's unfortunate. Like it wasn't a good thing for him and the team, but I don't say it's unlucky because that's just a part of the game. Would you say Kevin Durant was unlucky?
Success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own action. So what we've been saying the whole time, something out of your control that leads to some.
Anytime Kevin,
if it's out of your control,
the simulation.
If it's out of your control, it goes down to luck. Steph Curry making a shot isn't luck. That's within his control. He shoots the ball. If Steph Curry gives the ball to someone wide open and they miss, that's unlucky for Steph. It's out of his control whether or not the guy makes or misses.
So when Derrick Rose tore his ACL because he jump stopped, would you say that was out of his control because he could have Euro stepped right there, or he could have just pulled up for a jumper? But
I think there's players where you can see what they do isn't a recipe for something to be sustainable. Zion Williamson is one of them. He's too big to be playing how he plays. That's a recipe for failure. I'm not going to say it's fully on him when he inevitably gets hurt like he has been doing, but you can also see there's a way to mitigate those risks. Players like Kevin Durant, we know take care of their body, they just got the short end of the stick and he tore his Achilles. That's unlucky. There's also players who don't do the necessary work to make sure they don't make sure they don't get injured, like a James Harden, for example. We know James Harden doesn't put the most work into his body, and he sometimes goes and sees out of shape. So him getting hurt, even though it's not entirely his fault, we know he didn't do everything possible to mitigate.
So is that bad luck,
or
what are we factoring in?
You can factor in the fact that he didn't do everything possible to mitigate risk of injury, but also him getting injured is also not entirely his fault. It's a sense of luck and a sense of him. He could have done more.
I would also like to say, Ron, this happened back when I was in high school. I remember that there was a play. I think
the stream's broken.
What's the guy's name? Kevin. The stream is broken.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it tripping?
I don't know, but apparently it fucked up my monologue.
Nah, I'm watching it, and it doesn't seem. It doesn't seem
lagging, apparently.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. I could be wrong.
They're saying it's the audio, not the video.
We're unlucky.
Chat, is the audio
good
good now?
Your ankle, that's
chat,
unlucky,
is it good now? It's good? Chat, message is back. It's good now?
Legacy matters, baby. Let's get it.
So I want to... Ron, I think
What's
the guy's name was Kevin Ware. I think it was his name. The Kevin Ware
dude that where he broke his leg.
He broke his leg by contesting for a jump shot.
That was unlucky.
That's unlucky, correct?
That's unlucky. Yeah, that's unlucky, bro. That's a freak incident. That's a freak accident,
bro. That's a crazy...
I don't know why you're dying on this hill. I don't know.
I'm saying that's on you, bro.
No, Ron Hamlin literally died on the fucking field.
That was a freak accident. Remember we talked about it?
Yes,
we talked about it. That was a freak accident. The odds that it happening to him again in his career are like...
the odds not necessarily. It's some things you can't prepare for, but that's just what it is. It's just a part of the game. Injuries are a part of the game.
That injuries and luck is a part of the game.
Y'all can say that. I don't attribute it, and that's just me. When I step in a basketball court, or when I compete in anything,
I'm listening to the stream.
I'm not relying on
lagging. The stream's lagging. Yeah, I'm listening to the stream and it's lagging.
God damn it.
This is trash.
L stream, guys. L stream.
L stream.
Blame the host. We need JD, man.
It's that Portland Wi-Fi, man. Gotta get Dame out of there.
That's crazy. Ron, you should have just let me start it up.
Yeah, blame Ron.
Blame Ron for real.
Yo, that doesn't have anything to do with anything.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, we're just gonna blame you.
I'll take the blame. I'm unlucky. Hey, but I mean, the show must go on. It'll probably catch up eventually. I'm sorry to everybody out there who has to deal with a host that's an L or a stream that's an L. Hey, we're all unlucky. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this top 5 current players at every position. We're gonna start at point guard. I have a list up here of players that I think are are possibly considered to be top 5, we're all going to take a vote on who we believe should be in the top 5. And that will determine who is the top 5. So
Wait,
up
what?
here, so right now, I got a list of point guards. We're all going to take a vote on who our top 5 point guards are. And whoever has the most will be in the top 5. And if there is a tie, then the chat will be the tiebreaker.
Okay. So Kyrie just doesn't make it.
Well, that's why it's a couple spots left. You guys can decide if it's more point guards than you go up here, or if they're your top 5, then you can put them up there. You just mentioned Kyrie. He's up here now. Is it anybody up here?
When you
guys
say
believe should be
current,
up here?
we're talking about the sample size from this season to today, correct?
Yeah, we're
Now,
talking
you need
about
to
right
make sure you put Chris Paul up there for Dub.
100%.
Is James Harden a point guard or a
Yes,
shooting
he is, Mars. Put him on there too.
guard? Okay.
Yo,
So if we put James on, if we put James on here, that means he won't be a shooting guard.
No, he's not. He's not a shooting guard. He's a 1.
All right, James point guard.
And make sure you put my boy D'Lo in there too.
Oh my god.
I'm trolling.
Are we all good with this team?
I think SGA is a shooting guard, but if you guys think he's a point guard,
I had Harden as a shooting guard. But
I think SGA is a 2 guard too, but they play him at the lead guard, so
And
you
keep
can
in
put him
mind,
as a point guard, I guess.
keep in
I had
mind, if none
Shea
of
as
these
a shooting
players,
guard.
if none of these players are in your top 5, we don't even need to mention them. So only mention players that are in your top 5 that aren't on the list.
okay.
LaMelo Ball.
Oh my god.
wait. Let me see this again. Let me see this list again. Because I was doing something else. What is this?
Who is this?
So what? We're just naming guys to pair up next to these guys?
No, you're choosing your top 5.
Shake my head.
Out of these? Okay,
Yeah.
out of these players. Choosing my top 5.
Yeah.
All right, everyone's top 5 should be the same.
Of
It's
course,
not gonna be the
Who'd you have as number
theoretically.
1? I'm curious who you guys have.
Not with
number
J
1.
Rob here, it won't be probably.
All right, so we're just gonna start with Luka. Who all has Luka in their top 5?
I do.
Easy.
I do.
Does everybody? Can we just
Yeah.
get this?
Yes.
Yes.
Steph.
Yes.
100%.
Wouldn't have this been easier just to ask us all for our top 5s?
We can do
Yeah.
that too. What's your
Alright.
top 5, Doug?
Steph, Luka, 1A, 1B.
Mm-hmm.
Who's third? Dame?
Yeah, I had
Dame
Dame
and,
third.
don't forget
Dame.
Dame and Kyrie are here too.
Dame third. I will probably go with Kyrie and then Ja.
Oh, I had damn near the same. I had Ja and Kyrie switched. Sorry, no,
That's-
I had the same. Actually.
Yeah.
You said Kyrie and Ja.
You know what? Nah, I'll put Kyrie and Ja. Yeah. They're 1A, 1B too for me. They're like on the same tier of each other.
What number would you guys currently put De'Aaron Fox since Bobby's not here?
7.
He'll probably be 7.
Yeah,
I think-
maybe
probably
8 because of James
probably
Harden.
7, 8. Yeah, I like.
I'd
the same.
James Harden been looking real John Stockton-y this year, so I don't know.
Yeah, I said that a few weeks. Don't copy me. I said that a
De'Aaron's
few weeks.
only
Okay,
on
I'm
this
sorry.
list
I'm
because
sorry,
of Bob.
The goat has spoken.
All right, Bob is not here, so I guess he will be axed from this. Yo, Mars, it's on you next.
Steph, Luka, Dame. Trey, Kyrie.
You still got Trae Young in your top 5?
I don't know because in my
Ron-
brain, James Harden is still a shooting guard.
No Ja. You don't have Ja Morant in there.
I've been saying Trey Young.
Yo, I'm gonna put James and Shea on both lists, or
Alright.
James and Shea on both lists.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
I think Kyrie might be better than Trey, but they're still in my top 5.
But this year,
But why not Ja? Why not Ja? What's wrong with Ja?
It's not what's wrong. He's 6. It's not my fault.
this
Trey's
year though, Mars,
I'm not really mad at Mars's take.
I do it how I do it. I think Trey's a better player. I'm not falling into this year stuff.
But that's what we said.
Yo,
you guys
have your opinion.
I
Have your
feel
opinion,
you.
bro.
Mars.
Have your opinion, bro.
I feel you on that.
I'm not changing my mind on how I
have your opinion, bro.
Yeah, forget your content. I'm doing it how I want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But why isn't John Morant though? Like, why isn't? I think Trae Young has regressed.
I'm not gonna say John Morant has regressed, but I think John Morant's overrated by these highlights. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I watch him, I'm like, he gets to the rim well, but he doesn't finish as well as people seem to think he does. He still can't shoot as reliably as you expect. Him and Trae and Damian Lillard are the 3 worst point guard defenders in the NBA. But people seem to act like just because John's athletic, he plays defense. He doesn't. As a playmaker, Trae Young clears him. As a passer, Trae Young clears him. As a shooter, Trae Young still clears him. John Morant isn't as efficient as you'd expect someone who relies on finishing at the rim, even though Trae Young is much less efficient than John Morant. I still think Trae Young is just a better player.
Still, even despite Trae Young, ain't so bad.
Like I said,
that's what I'm saying. He doesn't care.
John Morant can be playing better this season. I'm not going to argue with that. Trae Young's
you probably should have put John Morant then.
So the main thing
we're looking at.
That's what you're looking at.
Y'all know where I stand.
So Mars, I'm not gonna lie. I have Trae Young at 6, but this season is heavily predicated on my opinion because I always thought John and Trae were like 1 or 2 spots away from each other, and this season, due to like how bad Trae Young has been playing, I gotta give Ja the nods, bro. I have to.
I would argue. For me, 4 through 6 is interchangeable. Ja, Trae, Kyrie, they can interchange. I just think Trae Young's better than John Morant.
I'm not mad at it. Honestly, I'm really not.
All right, Louis, it is on you.
I had Luka, Steph, Dame, Kyrie, and Ja. And Mars, since we're saying our own opinions, if we were to go off a different sample size, just so it's known, I would, for a fact, put LaMelo Ball above Trae Young.
Oh my Jesus. God.
For a fact. LaMelo Ball got a higher ceiling than John Morant. And
so your sample size is the future.
No. Don't do that.
So what am I ceiling for? That means
I just happened to bring that up. You're the one that changed the whole sample sizing and everything.
I never agreed to the sample size you brought
on the pre-decided sample size. That they're my 5.
Interesting, because the LaMelo Ball has a higher ceiling.
See, Ron, let me tell everybody to chat this. Ron is really an L host because I was so upset of the lies from the panel yesterday. I said, "Yo, Ron, can I pull up?" And didn't even answer my text. and I just
I was tired of the lies last night.
I was just because I was talking about Jokic and Giannis offensively, and I was going to cook them boys on it. And you know what?
So I'm a host or L replier?
Ron, both.
No, you're an L host for sure. We haven't read out one super chat out loud this whole show.
Oh yeah, we'll get to them. They've been on the screen. Hey Mars, you got access to it? You want to read it off?
No, it's not my job. I'm not the host.
I
read them off when I am the host.
Sit back and let me read.
When I am the host, I read off every super
I'll read it off.
Yes, I do.
We're doing this right now. Hold on. I'll get to the super chat. Super chats ain't going nowhere. We still got a whole hour and a half on the show. The super chat.
Hour and a half. Hour and a half.
Do we not? You see the time?
We're at 1:20, bro. We try to hit 3 hours.
We always go from 9 to 12. Or from 12 to 3.
Oh man.
When has that not been a thing?
Oh man.
I don't know. With JD, he ends the show when people.
I mean, if Dub, if you're here to fraud, then we can end the show early. Yo, J Rob, it's on you.
I got Steph, Luka, Dame, Kyrie, Shea Alexander.
Shea is so tough.
I love Shea.
I ain't gonna lie.
I was trying to tell people
Mars right now. Yeah, Mars right now. He might be one of my favorite players in the league right now.
Hold on.
I was trying to tell people to watch OKC.
He's a dog, bro. Shea to me, Shea like is clearly better than John Morant.
What do you think about what he had to say about LeBron? He's like, oh, he didn't play defense the whole game, and then as soon as I go for,
I mean, I could give a damn, bro.
I don't think he said that.
I like his attitude. Huh?
J Rob, who's your 5th? You said Kyrie, Dame,
Shea Alexander.
Luka, Ja.
Shea Alexander.
Cool.
I'll host, man.
All right, Bob just he just chimed in with his top 5 as well. He has Luka, Steph. Obviously, you know he has De'Aaron. And Kyrie and Dame.
De'Aaron's tough too.
Mm-hmm.
He might be better than John
fact.
Moran, but
He might be too. But he's not a great shooter either, though, Mars.
yeah, his
No,
mid-range game's nice.
he's
His
got a lot
mid-range game's
better.
nice.
He's got a
I'm
lot
talking
better.
about from the. Yeah, I'm talking about.
No, he's got better from
Long
3
ball.
too.
He's a better mid-range
He's
shooter.
a better shooter.
mid-range shooter. Yeah.
He's a better shooter than
He's a better.
Ja.
Yeah, he's definitely better shooter than Ja. Better mid-range shooter for sure.
Poor Ja.
Definitely great around the rim. I like.
There's
his
just a lot
floater.
of great point guards.
But De'Aaron Fox is so fast, where you can't even keep up with his ass, bro. He just once he gets in transition, say goodbye.
All right, y'all. And for point guards, I got Luka, Steph, Trey, Shea, and then last but not least, I got Dame Dollar. So based on the votes, Luka is a top 5 point guard. Steph is a top 5 point guard.
Easy.
Dame, Kyrie,
Easy.
and chat. It's looking like we're gonna need your help between Ja, Trey, and Shea. So I'm gonna put up a poll.
Ja's winning that.
I'm gonna put up a poll right now.
I'm not gonna lie. It's not bad. I think Ja, Shea, and Trey.
Shay's gonna be on my shooting guard list. I'm sorry,
They're my 5, 6, 7.
You're saying my shooting guard.
I don't consider him.
Same.
Yeah, I don't consider him a big guard either. I'm with you, Mars. That's
But
weird.
he plays the lead guard though.
Yeah, he's listed as a point guard, and Josh Giddey's listed as a two. But
Josh Giddey is the point guard. I don't.
No, he is, but it's like he's like, yo, I don't know how to explain Josh Giddey though. It's like he's the point guard, but he don't really hold the ball. You know, like it's quick out his hand, makes a decision. Like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yo, chat. It is a poll up right now.
He's like an off-ball point guard.
Shay's just not a true point guard, whereas Josh Giddey's a true point guard.
Yo, chat. Go vote on the poll. While you guys are doing that, I will reel off a couple of these super chats. My man Indoor Voices tapped in. He said, "Can you guys give a serious conversation about heart? Something that can be measured. People like Mars don't factor it in. But how much do you believe heart/confidence impacts players in big games?"
I think confidence is a huge part of sports. If you're not confident, no matter how good you are, you're not going to play well. I think anyone who's played sports would attest to that as well. If you're going through something mentally and you're not fully there, or you don't fully believe in yourself, no matter how talented you are, you're not going to perform to the best of your ability. I just don't rank based off of it because I can't prove how confident someone is. I just can't. So I'm not going to use it in my rankings. That's why I just leave it out.
Do you appreciate it? Like, do you take it in at all when doing your top 10s or top 20s? No, it's not a skill set. I truly believe like having heart, having that dog in you is a skill set.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I just can't measure it.
When defense was measured as a skill,
you can measure it. I think you can measure it. I think you measure it. Who rise? You can watch games that obviously are even regular season games that seem. There's regular season games that have more stakes than other, depending on if it's prime time or not. Obviously, playoff games. I think you measure heart when how a player rises up to the moments, high pressure situations. Because to me, that's when you find the difference between a good player and a great one. Great players rise up in the most uncomfortable moments, and so that's how I measure heart, at least.
But someone can see the reason I don't totally agree with that is someone can have all the heart in the world and try to rise to those moments and just fail. But that doesn't mean anything against their heart. For example, like if you want to say LeBron in 2011 had no heart, sure. But then I've also seen players who have like Klay Thompson to me has a lot of heart. I've seen him try and will his team to wins, or he's tried to come up big in the big moments, and he just hasn't made the shots he's been taking, or it hasn't worked. That doesn't mean he has less heart than someone who maybe didn't try as hard, or they didn't do that and they played better in a big game. I just think I can't judge it based on how it worked out for you. That's why I just can't measure it reliably, so I try to leave it out.
Is heart just how hard?
No, it's not reliable. It's not reliable.
What exactly is heart? What qualifies heart?
Yeah, but I guess heart really shouldn't be the right word to use, because heart, everybody got heart if you're going out, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're going out there and you playing hard. But I think what he means by that is like like the killer. I think he probably should have put like killer instinct because
yeah.
Because that's what he really meant. I think he really meant like who's rising up to the occasion in big moments.
Nah, he asked. I saw when the super chat got asked. It was when we were talking about defense and how we said that defense is essentially just how much heart and effort you're willing to put in. That's what Bobby was.
I don't agree with that at all.
Oh yeah,
no. That's what the conversation was when Bobby was.
Oh no. I'm not saying I disagree that with the conversation was at the time. I just disagree with that idea.
Yeah, I think defense has nothing to do with heart. Has everything to do with effort.
I think some people are just physically incapable.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna leave up this poll for about another minute. It's looking like
Shay's
running away.
You can
no matter how hard Trae Young tries, he won't be a good defender.
Yeah, but it's different. But Mars, that's not my point. When I say effort, I mean it don't take nothing to get into a stance. It don't take much to move your feet. You can't beat the fact that you 5'2". I mean that you only 6 foot or you 5'11", or you can't beat the fact that you're not the most agile, but you can sit in the stance. You can try hard. You can force the defense into your help. Effort has nothing to do with.
Who's that Donnie that plays for the Pelicans? Who's the one that
Jose Alvarado?
That's effort. That's
effort. He's even said himself, I'm not tall. I'm not athletic. I'm not the best at anything. Effort is just, it's how much output you give, bro. I do think you could be physically inferior, things you can't control. Like, is somebody going to shoot over you? Yeah, it is what it is. But effort, bro. Effort is something that. You gotta give something to it, bro.
Steve Nash gave effort defensively. He still wasn't good, and that's just because he wasn't going to be.
But why do we talk about Luka as a bad defender? It ain't because he's not good at it. It's because he doesn't really give an effort to try. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like Stephen Curry is not a great defender, but I think he actually. I think he tries to give the effort. I think that's the different Mars. I think people. It's not about
giving effort. If you're like the worst in the NBA, giving effort will make you like not the worst. It might make you maybe like average at best.
And sometimes you're gonna.
But there's still a ceiling on how good you can be, even with maximum effort. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, of course. But I think it frustrates people more when it obviously seems like you're not trying. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not in a stance. You are letting this guy just blow by you. You're not at all trying to beat him to a spot. Like those things to me have to do with effort. You can't beat somebody dunking over you. Sometimes you are going to get crossed up and get dropped to a knee. That happens. But you gotta give. Like I don't think Kyrie is a great defender. But I've watched him in games where he actually does go at the opposing guard. And it's not going to be great because it's only 6'2", So I get what you're saying. It's definitely a ceiling, but I think you should always give max to that ceiling, Mars, every time, even if that's all you got.
I agree with that. So said I get cooked every day with too much logic.
Hold up right quick, Dub. I just want to say I'm just wrapping up the poll. Shea did actually end up winning. 54% of the votes went to Shea, 32 to Ja, 13 to Trae. So our top 5 point guards that we have just voted on here on Players' Choice today is Luka, Steph, Dame, Kyrie, and Shea.
It's a good list.
He's still going to be on my shooting guard.
He's going to be on the shooting guard list too, though. Yeah, for sure. He's going both.
So the thing about heart and everything is, I think it's easy to see when somebody doesn't have heart, when somebody's not as confident as somebody else for a lot of scenarios. But then when we get into talks about like the greatest of all times or the greatest players in the world, I mean that gets harder and harder to differentiate and harder for me to say this guy has more heart than this guy. I mean, and that's why leaning on arguments like that for some players is just illogical in my opinion, because people will probably say Tim Duncan didn't have a lot of heart, right? No, but because he was quiet. But a lot of people would say just because he won so many times, he did have a lot of heart. So therefore, he did have a lot of heart because he won so many times. Despite him being quiet, despite him not being a loudmouth, he won. So I'm going to say he had heart. That's why these heart conversations are dumb, in my opinion. This is why these heart conversations are just not a point to have, in my opinion, mainly because, number one, it's hard to differentiate who has more heart than who. Two, some of the reasonings to label that a guy has heart is just weird, in my opinion. For example, J-Rob, you just said if a guy shows up in the biggest moments, then I'm going to say he's had heart. A lot of people would say that Kevin Durant doesn't have heart, despite the fact that in the finals he went crazy, despite the fact that in 2021 he went crazy when his guys went off. You feel me?
I would argue he does have heart for that, though.
He does have heart.
People would say guys like James Harden don't have heart, and
I don't think you got to win. I don't think you got to win to have heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only could be one winner. You feel me? It's just how you measure up. You know, like how are you going to like fight? To me, Bars, you just got to fight back. You could dead lose, but you got to fight back.
Do you think James Harden has heart?
To be honest, yes.
So this is the thing. This is
I don't want to lie, bro. I don't lie. It's just like I do think he
Can
wants
I answer
it.
this for you? Can I answer this?
Go ahead. I want to see what you
The thing with J-Rob,
this dub, and then we got to move on.
The thing with James Harden, I do think he cares about winning. The issue is he gets sidetracked way too many times. He gets sidetracked with the love of the life that he wants to live, like a rock star and everything. He just gets too sidetracked with that. It's not that he don't care. His mind is somewhere else, though. That's the issue.
And I think sometimes, Mars, I do say this. I was saying this about a football player on Gridiron. Like, I do think sometimes when it rains, it pours for him, you know? Like, when he has a bad shooting night, it's over with. Like, I think that is the rest of the night. You know, he's not in the second half going to go 6 for 8, and especially in a big game. So I don't want to say he don't have heart, Bars, but I do think he does shrink though. Like he shrinks. and if I don't acknowledge that, bro, I would be disingenuous.
That could be a confidence thing though, too. It could be.
All right,
James
so
Harden doesn't strike me as someone who's not confident.
On to the next super chat. Nick Dawson tapped in. He said, Dub or Ron, how do I become a YouTube mod? Nick, if you're still in the stream, comment right now, and one of us will hook you up.
Yep.
Shout out Nick Dawson.
Give a lot of hookups.
Nick Dawson.
Drink More Water said, does Giannis or Jokic put more pressure overall on the defense? I'm talking scoring, getting in the paint, shooting, passing, the fear factor, etc., etc., etc. Louis?
I'm not going to lie. My landlord just came in, so I was kind of muted just listening to them walk around my house. So I missed the question.
Who puts more pressure on the defense? Giannis or Jokic?
Oh,
overall.
Giannis.
I mean, I guess for like the dominance, I think you would have to go with Giannis, but it could be one and the same in my opinion.
I do think it's close.
J-Rob, what you thinking?
I think it's close. I think I'm going to lean a little bit more on Giannis just because I think the interior dominance of it and how he plays. And I do think he has a little bit more of the fear factor that Drink More Water said about. But it is close, bro. It is like you could go.
It's 1A, 1B.
Yeah, you could go either way, and I really wouldn't argue you either way.
No doubt about it. Do you guys have your top 5 shooting guards right now? Does everybody know? All right, cool. We will get to that in a second. I'm gonna reel off a few more super chats. Malin, sorry if I butchered your name. But is Jokic, if Jokic had AVG athleticism, average athleticism like Clint, if Jokic had AVG athleticism like Clint or Plumlee, what would you guys think his defense would look like?
Plumlee still has below average, below AVG athleticism though.
Yeah, Plumlee is a bad example. Clint Capella, I think he would
Plumlee used to be athletic a couple years ago.
But not right now.
Back in the day.
If he had Clint's athleticism, his defense would probably be better, but I didn't think it would be that much better.
Aramis Jones tapped in with his Sholey super chat. Appreciate you for tapping in. He said, where do we got my boy Brandon Ingram? We will get to small forwards in a second. We're going to do shooting guards next. So, Aramis, you'll see where Brandon Ingram ranks.
$50 super chat. Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you.
WAJ.
Aramis is a god.
Reggie Red said, is Bob in Narnia? Then birds. What the fuck?
Those birds were going crazy.
Birds were going crazy, bro. One guy in the chat was like, yo, let the bird get his takeoff.
They said the birds was agreeing with me.
Yo, the birds, I'm crying, bro. That birds is funny. That's actually really funny.
PC Birds coming next. Yo,
PC
Dark Ambition
Birds
just tapped in with a super chat as well. He said if Dame joined Boston and ran off 2 in a row, he would get looked at as a top 20 player all time. Being loyal to the soil going to get him top 30, maybe 40.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That ring gonna make that ring. If you get one in Portland, that shit gonna mean a lot.
I highly doubt Damian Lillard's gonna finish top 30 or 40.
He would probably. I mean,
He's
the
top 75 though. We'll live with that.
top 30 or 40 for his career.
I think he could get easily looked over. I think if someone was counting out there.
I think a guy like
Paul
Pierce might not even be top 40.
You know what? Yeah, you may be right.
Not.
Looking at his
He's
career.
not.
Paul Pierce is over Damian Lillard.
He's
Paul Pierce over Dame. Nah, Paul Pierce not.
Oh my god.
Mars.
I'm
Look
not
at
gonna
me.
hold you.
No.
As a player,
You guys
as a player,
No.
as a player,
No.
as a player,
No.
Mars.
Hey,
It's
no.
close. It's close.
No, Mars. No,
I
no,
think
no,
it's
no.
close.
When you guys
No,
think
no,
of Paul
no.
Pierce,
No,
you guys
Mars,
think of
no,
those
Mars.
later years of Paul Pierce.
you guys
I don't think about that. I'm not thinking about that. I'm not
I'm thinking
thinking
about
about that.
2000.
I think about 2000.
I think about this, yeah.
All right, hey, Paul Pierce. It's the
No,
reason why
no.
Paul Pierce is called the
He
truth.
was a dog, yo. He was a dog, but no.
Dame Dollar is called Dame
Dame
Dollar
Dollar.
for a reason,
Yeah, I'd
bro.
rather have Dame, bro. Dame over Paul
Dame
Pierce.
time.
You
There's a
put
reason why they have
Dame on that
Dame time.
Celtics team, still a ring.
I'm telling you, bro.
Oh,
Dame,
I mean, yeah.
Listen,
I gotta go Dame. I ain't gonna lie, Mark. I gotta go with Dame.
I
rock
gotta
with
go
Paul,
Dame.
but I
gotta go Dame.
This is wow.
I think it's close.
As a player in their
Is it a
peak,
player? Man,
Like,
I
come
don't
on,
know,
bro.
bro.
Talk
I
to
don't
me,
know,
bro. Talk to me, J-Rob. Come on, man.
I just feel
Stop
like,
playing
yo, like, I just feel like I don't want to be nasty because I'm kind of like even going against myself to make the argument. But like, I know Paul got an
This one ring to 0.
I know he got the ring.
Oh,
We're talking about top 20
I forgot
though.
about that.
I know that's why I said
forgot
that.
about
Though. That's why I said I'm going against my own shit. But I also made the criteria specific to my top 20. So we're talking outside the realm of top 20. So the rules outside of the top 20 are way different.
He did say to get in
I
the
did
top
say
20.
that. So the
they have
rules
to have a
outside
ring.
of the 20 guys, outside of the 20 guys, the rules change.
21
Yo,
and down is a different
21 and down is
That's
different, bro.
crazy. That's actually a wild logic. I'm not gonna
This
hold you.
is different, bro. It's different. The 21, the top 20 is Valhalla. Everything else, you kind of.
I did not know people had Paul Pierce below Damian Lillard. That's wild to me.
What's wrong with that, though, Mark?
What's wrong with that, bro?
I could see it.
I low
it's
key
wild.
might rather have I low key Mars.
I know Bobby mad as hell in Mexico
Mars, I
listening to
might
this
rather
shit. Some
have
keep getting yelled at.
Carmelo, bro. Like to be real with you.
I would rather have Carmelo
man.
over easy.
Like I'd rather
Not
have
even-
Melo. So it's like
Melo's easy. Melo's easy. That's
Like,
easy.
So if I got Melo over Paul, I definitely got a Dame over Paul. That's
I
how look
would
at
I
it.
would give Paul Pierce this. And the era in which he was going in. You know, with the spacing not being there and everything. I think for his time as a scorer, Paul Pierce was getting off in an era
he
where the
was
spacing
great.
wasn't there and was amazing. So I got to give him credit for that. But it's like Dame, bro, as a passer, as a playmaker, as that scorer as well, the clutch
Shooter.
guy that he is, the shooter. I gotta go with Dame, bro. I gotta go
Yes.
with Dame.
Yes,
I got
This is just interesting to me.
I gotta go
Why
Dame too, bro.
why is Paul Pierce over Dame?
I think longevity matters. I think Paul Pierce as a scorer seems to be getting underrated at this point, especially at his peak. I think defensively, Paul Pierce clears Damian Lillard. I think Damian Lillard is one of the worst point guard defenders we've ever seen. I think as a shooter, I think Paul Pierce is probably better off the ball than Damian Lillard, better post player. I think the only advantage Damian Lillard really has is maybe the peak is comparable. Maybe Dame had a better peak, and he's a better playmaker.
Clearly a better.
Yeah, better playmaker, but for me, longevity. When I'm ranking all time, longevity is important. I think Paul Pierce at his peak is one of the best scorers of those early 2000s, easily. Not the best, one of the best scorers of those early 2000s.
Easy.
Later on, the way he was able to fit next to guys like KG and Ray Allen and still be a fantastic scorer in those times, and his playmaking improved in those years. He was a positive defender for damn near a decade. I don't know how Damian Lillard ranks over him. I'm not.
I feel you on the long.
As a scorer though, I got Dame over him.
I feel you on the longevity. I feel you on the longevity. I'm not sure about score, but I feel you on the longevity part because that.
And playoff translation. Jesus Christ, Paul Pierce clears it.
Here we go.
You sound like me right now.
There we go. It's the playoff translation. And I
sound like me right now.
Listen,
Damian Lillard outside the first round. I mean, yeah.
But Dame is sending dudes home, though. I'll give it to him. He's sending you home.
Yeah,
but Paul Pierce,
first rounds go crazy.
Paul Pierce wasn't.
But I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna get some context to
Paul
Dame,
Pierce
though.
wasn't that. No. Paul Pierce wasn't that great without KG and Rondo and them boys. He had that one good.
He wasn't successful. He played pretty well in the playoffs.
When? When?
PG. Paul
Early
Pierce was getting
early
busy in the
2000s, Paul
playoffs.
Pierce was like with Anton Walker and them. He weren't playing well in the playoffs.
In 2005, I know he did well against the Pacers, but then what other series?
What year? I think what year? 03, I think he played pretty well. I could be wrong.
03?
04, I think he played pretty well. I think if I remember correctly, because I'm not gonna act like I've watched a lot of early 2000s Boston Celtics. I haven't. I watched them play against the Nets in the 02 conference finals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Did he
Paul
play
Pierce
well?
I don't think Paul Pierce played very well in that series.
Oh, okay. And
But-
then 04, he was bad against the Pacers too in 04.
But when I'm talking about Paul Pierce, I still think that playoff translation was better than Damian Lillard. I still think he had a better playoff run in 02 than Damian Lillard has put together. Maybe 2019, maybe. I think in 03 he had a better playoff run than Damian Lillard has put together. Then obviously you got 2005. I think we can all agree.
2005.
And then the years with KG and them, as even though he was the second best player on the team, in my opinion, his playoff translation was good. His passing improved. His defense improved. I don't know.
Not gonna lie, Mars. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, Mars. The same way you can criticize, the same way you criticizing what's his name? The same way you criticize Damian Lillard for before he got Damian Lillard for outside the first round. Paul Pierce before he got with KG and them boys, it was damn near the same exact story, bro. And the reason for that is, and I will shoot him some bail when he had Anthony Walker, but I'll shoot him some bail when you don't have guys of that magnitude on your squad. It makes it harder for you to go off. Paul Pierce was struggling in the playoffs the same way Dame was struggling in the playoffs as well. So when I put that into perspective, I'm like, Dame, pull him around supporting cast like that, he's gonna be amazing too, bro. So I gotta go with Dame with that.
Yeah. All right, fellas, we got to move on into the shooting guard list. We are facing time constraints, so let's get to it. Dub, it's on you first. Who are your top 5 shooting guards? I don't have nobody on the list yet. As we start naming shooting guards, they'll get put on there.
Shooting guards.
If you don't have yours, I can start with Mars. I can start.
Am I including Shea? I want to include Shea as well.
I'm including Shea.
If you want to.
I'll have Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, 1 and 2. Jaylen Brown, Shea. And who's my 5? Would I include James? I look at him as a 4. I 3.
I put him as a shooting guard.
I put him as a 3. I'm not gonna lie.
I think SGA is the best 2 in the NBA.
Is everybody putting what's his name? Paul George as a 2 because then
Paul George is a 2 guard.
I didn't, but
I'll put
Paul George is a 2 guard.
Then put Paul George above Jaylen Brown.
So who you got?
That's my 5 right there. That's my 5 right there. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, PG, Shea, and Brown.
All right, we're not necessarily ranking order. We're just ranking who's there.
Oh, okay.
All right, Mars, where you at with it?
Donovan Mitchell. Do I get real bias?
It's up to you.
It's a man in Houston, top 5 shooting guard in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, SGA, James Harden, Paul George. And anyone who's going to tell me James Harden's a point guard, okay, he's a shooting guard on my list. So, whatever.
I had Shea.
You have James Harden over Jaylen Brown?
I had Shea and Harden both as shooting guards, and the others I had was Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, so Shea, Jaylen Brown, Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, and Shea Alexander. But as an honorable mention, I honestly had Anthony Edwards in at 6th.
Okay. We might have to take Shea off because he's already in the top 5 point guards. Not unless we can say he's the top 5 point guard and shooting guard. That might be a little nasty.
It's not that's nasty, but I like it.
Put James Harden there then.
No, let him be top 5 in both positions.
I think you should let him be top 5 at both positions, honestly.
Nah, I don't think he's a top 5 point guard though. I think he should.
All right, let's put Stephen Curry in here too.
Get out of here.
Come on.
All right, J-Rob, where you at?
I got SGA, Booker, Mitchell, PG-13, and Jaylen Brown.
Cool. I'm gonna go with obviously Booker. Got to start with Booker. Then next, Donovan Mitchell. Like Jaylen Brown's two-way ability, and then SGA. He's playing out of his mind. You got to throw him in there. Oh man, and between these two, it's like flip a fucking coin. But
heads or tails, bro.
I'm gonna go with PG because I like his two-way ability as well.
People are really high on Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown's him.
Interesting.
So nobody has.
I give Jaylen Brown some more credit because of the two-way potential. I like his two-way.
Nobody has Anthony Edwards.
I had him as an honorable mention, so no.
Honorable mention, bro.
Bad. No Edwards.
And Bobby has just tapped in with his top 5, and he's going to go with
Kevin Herter.
Kevin Herter.
He started with Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Booker. He said PG and somebody who's not on the list. Klay
Thompson, of course.
Oh my Jesus!
Yeah, we're doing this current positions.
You'd have to go back 5 years for Klay Thompson to be on this list.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, he got him on there. All right, it's looking like obviously Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Jaylen Brown, SGA, and Paul George ran away with our top 5 shooting guards.
Valid list.
I still can't believe you, Moss. Paul Pierce over fucking.
I didn't know that was crazy. Well, not crazy. I didn't know that was like. I'm not gonna say it's crazy that you guys disagree. I didn't know it was something that was like contentious. I thought like most people just was like, oh yeah, Paul Pierce is over Damian Lillard. I didn't know.
Nah, Paul Pierce. People looking back on Paul Pierce. You know the false narratives, right? With Paul Pierce, like we were talking about on Open Gym. That's what Paul Pierce is. Paul Pierce is a false narrative back in the 2000s that everybody was high on, but he really wasn't that good.
I think he gets overrated by the 08 Finals MVP. I just think maybe I'm lower on Damian Lillard than you guys because
I think you are.
That peak didn't come around until like for me like maybe 2018. Like five years ain't moving me.
I think even if I look at like their peak scoring game, to me is still I think better than Paul, bro. And I'm not even looking at 08. I think 08 overrated him too a bit. So I'm with you there.
All right, y'all, jumping into these super chats. Leaf Diggy came through. You know Leaf gonna come through. He said, Dub, don't ever tell me 2011 CP3 can be the best player on a championship team when Dirk gave you 2011 or 2012, putting his bum ass on the 2011 Celtics, 2012 OKC. There were no major injuries those years. Yes, either.
Wasn't Dirk a first round exit in 2012?
Yeah. People forget the downfalls of Dirk Nowitzki's career because of 2011. CP3 just gets a short end of the stick a lot of times, because of injuries. It is what it is. CP3 was a better player than Dirk Nowitzki. Better passer, better playmaker, better defender, better scores than Dirk Nowitzki. But after that, that's it. Sorry, not sorry.
Big Rule said Dub hates legacy talk because he has no real reason to have KD in his top 10. There's talented players all over, but what separates them is who wins.
I'm going to repeat what I said before. When you're analyzing a team sport, we all understand that there's a lot of details in team sport that includes in winning. Luck is one of them, Ron. Health is one of them. The players that you're around, the coaching, the role players that are around. If there's so many factors that need to be included in winning a championship, just negating guys for not winning one is just a false way of thinking in my opinion.
It just amazes me how high a lot of people are on the team and that they value this winning. It's just weird.
The King up at top 10 for you.
People have what Chamberlain so high as well. People have what Chamberlain high too.
Yo, 2 rings is good. Get you in the top 20. That's all you need. 1 ring is
KD has 2 rings and 3 finals appearances.
KD in my top 22.
But he has 12 next to his name.
But Hakeem is crazy talent. Kareem is a crazy talent. More talented than Duncan.
KD's a crazy talent.
Hakeem is more talented than Duncan.
I agree, but I have Hakeem over Tim Duncan.
I'll see now. Oh no. Well, come on.
I have Hakeem over Timmy D.
No.
Yeah, hey, bro.
No.
Yo, I'm just trying to.
Let's get to the next topic. I don't want to go down that
I'm just trying to remove myself from the stream. Like I said, I don't think it's me, but we'll see. I'm about to be right back.
It's probably you anyways.
It's 100%. Who else would be?
Yo, y'all don't run.
Crazy lineup.
I got the dream over the fundamental.
Easy.
Oh, easy. Oh no. Nah,
Hakeem,
bro.
I wouldn't say easy. I think I got Hakeem at 6 and Duncan at 7 all time.
I think I actually gave a take on this earlier that was on the YouTube. I said
we're still
I said I acknowledge that that Duncan is nowhere close to the talent. I think by far talent level is Hakeem easily. But then I look at Duncan and I start thinking about the other intangible things about Duncan.
You see? Look at this shit.
I don't know.
No more lag. That's crazy, Ron.
I don't know.
I feel you know because what happens is whoever starts this stream is linked to their Wi-Fi.
Someone said it's back.
Someone said run at McDonald's.
Ron gotta go. Yo, chat. Should me and Mars host the rest of this show? But let Ron get up out of here. I don't know.
I think we
Ron,
need the small forwards.
Small forwards.
Yeah, we about to get
these small forwards, power forwards.
And a pinch of luck.
And a pinch of luck. Well, let's get through these ratings because I gotta go.
Yeah, for sure. It's on you, Doug.
The intangibles is crazy. We're doing small forwards.
I love intangibles, Doug. I love them things.
KD. I got KD, LeBron, Kawhi. I wonder if put Paul George there. Jimmy Butler. Who's the fifth spot?
I would say Jason Tatum.
My bad. I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot about JT. Let me rephrase it. KD, LeBron, JT, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard.
Bet.
My bad. I forgot about JT. Sorry, guys.
You forget. Yeah, go ahead.
This is what we have right now from Dub. Mars, what do you think?
KD, JT, LeBron, Kawhi, Jimmy Butler. Brandon Ingram's honorable mention, by the way.
Yes, I thought about him too, and I was damn near about to put him over JT. Shit.
Yo, Louis,
it's
on you, Louis.
I had LeBron, KD, Tatum, Kawhi, and Paul George.
LeBron, KD, Tatum, Kawhi, PG.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing this PG shit.
Another honorable mention. Another. Actually. Let me switch out. Paul George for Jimmy Buckets.
Fire.
W.
Yeah, Jimmy
And
Butler.
I had DeRozan down as an honorable mention.
DeRozan is a 2.
DeRozan ain't no honorable mention anywhere, man.
Yo, leave him alone.
He's not good. He's not.
He's
I'm
a
sorry.
master of the mid-range.
In the regular season.
No, he's not good. Yeah.
I've never seen someone with such fraudulent playoff translation be praised as much as DeMar DeRozan.
Are we lagging again?
You don't say you. Are we not?
It's not we. It's wrong.
You say we're in for wrong. I gotta see who's on the list.
So you, J-Rob?
I'm gonna go Bron.
Yep.
KD, Kawhi, Jason Tatum, and then Michael Bridges.
Bridges?
You said
give me some Brooklyn Bridges. You feel me?
Because I've got Miles Bridges down as a power forward.
J-Rob. Who's the best small forward in the league right now?
LeBron James.
Who?
LeBron James. You know how to shake the room a little bit.
It's a mess.
I had to shake the room. a little bit.
Okay, bet. I got Bob's top 5 as well. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in, and then I'll give y'all my top 5 too. Bob has he made a lot of revisions to it, but he started with JT.
Are we really lagging this bad?
Kawhi.
Needs to be. I've seen 200 people leave.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. We back to 500, so they it was at like 750.
Yeah, this is insufferable for the people. Let me go listen to this myself. Let's see how it's going.
Yeah,
It's bad. It's actually really bad. It's really bad, actually.
All right, I'm about to pop out then. Y'all got it.
All right. Send me the share it with me with my account. I could do the draft. L Canada.
Oh, damn! It really was insufferable. Jesus. Okay.
Yes, it's really bad, actually.
Right.
We apologize, people.
Sorry. Ron, get up out of here, bro.
It was honestly fine for me. That's weird.
I was listening. It was just breaking up every syllable. It wasn't good.
Michael Bridges, top 5 small forward in the A.
We're at 400 people right now. Ron needs to share the list with me. Chat, let us know how the internet is going along.
This might be super chat time.
Someone said now it's good.
It's good? It's good. When Chris Bosh got luck. Everybody, chat, let me know. How was it?
It's so much better now.
Chat. Talk.
Clear goods. Yeah, that's it.
That's good too, yeah.
When Chris Bosh got blood clots, that wasn't unlucky. When the Baylor player discovered that heart problem and it ended his career, Zaza landed on Kawhi. This is back in those talks that we had with LeBron. Ben Simmons hits a half-court buzzer beater. Is that luck?
Yes. Yes.
Nah, I've seen it. I've seen the clip.
That's yes.
Some people are saying the lag's back, so maybe it's just the stream.
You want to just call it quits then?
It could be the stream.
Should we quickly just say like blurt out our power forward centers or nah?
The number 1 center in basketball is
because it's not bad for everyone. That people are saying it's good.
Everyone's saying we're good?
Yeah.
Sexy
Gabe said it's all good.
Not lagging. All
right, so let's finish this thing up. We good.
Ron, I need Ron to share that joint up with me. Until I'm waiting for that, we'll do some more super chats. PG, Logan Miziak. I don't know. PG, Luka, Steph, Ja, center, Jokic, Embiid, Lopez, shooting guard, Donovan Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Booker, Edwards, small forward, LeBron, Tatum, and Kawhi. That's atrocious top 3. Kelly Thompson, Trey just had a rough start.
Hey, I guess it's the super chats that are causing the lag.
Maybe it could be the super chats.
Like when you pull them up on the that's what JJ said.
Y'all listen to it right now. I'm damn near about to end the stream. Not even gonna hold you.
I mean, it's been 2 hours.
It's been 2 hours. We could.
Yeah, we could just.
They're saying it is the super chats. You might just have to read the super chats without bringing them on the screen.
Yeah, word. You could do that too.
Okay. I bet we'll do that.
Yeah, they already started, so.
Bet. So Kelly Thompson with a super chat. Trey just had a rough start, shaking my head. He's had a terrible offensive coach, adjusting to play with DeJounte Murray. 27-11 on 45, 37-88, and in his last.
Wait, maybe Ron can be here. Maybe it's just.
No, we're good. Okay.
No, we're good. Let me know if the chat if it starts acting up. G-Man with another super chat. Did 2018 LeBron not have heart even though he lost?
Yeah, that fake cast on his hands. I mean, you could argue. That cast was real soft. I'm not gonna.
J-Rob.
What was said?
Did LeBron James not have heart?
in
Bro,
2018.
y'all be on my man's body, bro. My man
So,
got
so
heart,
you don't think it was
Heart,
suffering to
dog.
come out? You don't think it was suffering to come out with a cast after getting swept?
Why do you care about that? You of all people should
You
not
don't
care
think,
about
you
that.
don't think that was soft?
You of all
You don't think that was
people,
soft?
Mars. You of
You
all
don't-
people should not care about
You
that.
don't think that was
You
soft?
don't care about, but you don't care about things like that that
You
don't
don't.
matter.
No, I
You
don't
are
care.
too-
I don't care. I
You
don't care.
care about that.
I don't
So if
care.
you don't care. I don't
That was
care.
soft. That was soft. That was crazy.
That's
I
a
looked at
little
him.
bad,
I
bro.
looked
He
at
hurt
him.
himself.
I looked at him. I was
Look,
like, "What's this guy
different,
doing?"
right?
Yeah,
Hey,
what's
bro,
this
that
guy
happens,
doing?
bro. It happens, bro. If it was me, I would have came out of my cast. I got hurt.
Nah, that's weird. Frank with another super chat. Who's ever said Tim Duncan lacks heart? I said nobody really says that mainly because of him winning. But if he didn't win, a lot of people would have criticized him for that. It's just it is, but that's how people work. That's how people operate. It is what it is.
I agree.
G-Man with another super chat. People forget Pierce locked up Kobe in 2008. That's not true.
Yeah, okay.
Why are
That's
you
not true.
lying?
Okay, like, I'll praise Paul Pierce's defense, but come on.
Why are you lying?
Yeah, people are lying back and forth today, bro. Jay Los with another super chat. Anthony Edwards is the best shooting guard in basketball, and it won't be close pretty
He's
soon.
not a better two guard than SGA. He's not a.
It won't be close once Jalen Green gets rid of Steven Silas.
There's no. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not actually meant to say this to you, Mars. I don't really understand why you're such a Jalen Green fan. He is a.
Just wait.
He's a talented basketball player in terms of pure talent. But when it comes to his IQ on the floor, Mars.
He's an athlete.
He is an athlete who is also a liability, bro.
Wait till Steven Silas.
Okay. I will give it to him. I'll give you Steven Silas. I'll give it to you. But, bro, he right now, to me, that I watch Jalen, and I think he's so talented. But there's at least 5 to 7 plays a game where I am like, somebody put him on the bench. Just let him reflect. Can you reflect on what he just did for 5 seconds, for 2 minutes? Just let him sit down and reflect. Because, bro, he be wilding. As talented as he is,
just wait.
he be wilding.
Just wait. That's what I'm gonna say. Just
All
wait.
right. I'll give him 2 years. I'll give him 2 more years. We'll come back around to it.
Paul George over Ant-Man. Y'all tripping. From Drink More Water.
I think Anthony Edwards is starting to go overrated.
A little bit.
LeBron picked him first. Le GM.
Le GM. Frank with a super chat. El Host. G-Man with a super chat. Dub over Ron. Ron can't even read super chats properly. Frank with another El Host. Indoor Voices with a super chat. Y'all pay attention to the Braun hate group. Ticket is running on his channel. Y'all pay attention to the Braun hate group.
I ain't gonna lie though, they was on some generational hater wave last night, bro.
Hate.
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird, bro.
What happened?
Bro, Ticket and Lath.
They get all the old heads. They got Elder Roofer. They get all the old heads to come up there and start spitting venomous lies, bro.
What did they say? I gotta watch this. This was last night.
Last night, the night before, bro. They be coming out. A lot of these guys, they were talking about low management. They just a lot of it is just like, like they think our generation is soft, bro. So they look at everything like to me, it just seems like they think their generation was the standard.
It amazes me how me and Dub, mainly Dub, because I'm not as involved, get viewed as the old generation haters, but the reverse happens so much in terms in terms of the older generation hating this current generation, and it just gets seen as okay. It's weird.
See, Dub, that's why I try to bridge the gap.
I'll just say what the truth.
Because I got respect for both. Like obviously, I will definitely respect the predecessors, but bro, at the end of the day, to sit here and discredit what's going on today, like the game ain't evolved. Come on, bro.
I just say what I see. Like
you got to get out of that. Yeah.
I just think that a lot of people just overrate players.
Like we got dudes in the NBA that are shooting from half court, like 40, 50 feet away, like and shooting at 40%, bro. Like the game's changed, bro. It's different.
You got guys winning Super Bowls on one leg, man.
Come on, bro. Like it's a different level of athlete, bro.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you're underwater.
Why are you
right
bringing
now
on the super chat?
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Elhurst.
Drink more water. For those who have PG as a top 5 shooting guard, please explain. He gets so much praise but has very little results. I said it before. Middleton and PG have similar playoff numbers, but one is mid. The Tracy McGrady of this era.
But T-Mac was cold though. Like you saying that T-Mac was cold. T-Mac was easily a top 5 shooting guard of his time. But I think Paul George, it depends on how you want to Judge, Paul George. It depends on the standards you hold him to. I don't hold him to number one option standards, so I don't expect number one option results. Some people do, and that's why they get disappointed. I see him as what he is, which is a number 2. I think he's an elite defender. I think he's an elite shooter. I think he's an elite floor spacer. I think he's an elite shot creator, a good shot creator. I'll say a good shot creator, and I think that makes him a top 5 player at his position.
All right, bet. So now we could get bet.
Wait, time out. Can I ask y'all a question? Because now I gotta because bro just put in this chat that me and Lo are not young. So
how old are you?
I'm 26. So once you go past the age of 25, like I'm an old head now.
No, I think you're all right. What, you 1997?
I was 97, bro. So I ain't started.
Yeah, I think that's all right. Lowe's pushing 30, old man.
Oh, he's pushing 30.
I think
thought Lowe was my age.
I think he's 29.
No, Lowe's pretty. He's 28, 29.
He's an old man.
I'm about to say, my basketball era is like the 2000s, bro. Like,
yeah, like you're not old. You're not old.
I was saying, bro.
You're almost there.
I said the only old head trait about me is how I do like winning. I do like.
Gotcha. All right, what's the power forwards right now? What's the power forward? Ron sent me the wrong thing, but it is what it is. What's the power forwards right now? And JD came in.
We all agree Giannis.
Giannis, Markkanen.
Giannis.
I said Giannis,
Davis,
AD,
Bam Adebayo, Zion,
Siakam,
Draymond Green.
Mars. You go first. Who's your top?
Giannis, AD, Pascal Siakam, Zion. Anyone of you guys say Julius Randle, you're crazy.
Marek. What his name is?
Lord Markkanen. I'll go Markkanen.
What is
this?
It's
Siakam.
Hey, if Miles Bridges was still in the league, he'd be in this.
All right, so who was your 4 and 5 spot?
Giannis, AD, Siakam, Zion, Draymond Green.
Top 5?
Draymond Green.
Wow. That's crazy. Over Sabonis is crazy.
He's a 5.
I put Sabonis at 5.
Yeah, Sabonis is not a 5.
He is a 5. Draymond Green is good. So.
Yeah, I'm about to say, why are we putting?
Lewis, who's your top 5?
I had Giannis, AD, Zion, Siakam, and Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, I got Markkanen on that 5, bro.
Bet. So that's you. J-Rob, and the rest for you is the same?
Giannis, AD, and I don't got Siakam though. I didn't say that.
Oh, okay, my bad. Who you got?
Give me Draymond Green. Give me Draymond. I ain't gonna lie. Give me Draymond. I like Draymond.
That is so crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
I wasn't about to say Julius Randle, so
I'm a Knicks fan, but I can't say Julius Randle, bro. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I watch Knicks games a lot, bro. I cannot.
I'm not saying Julius Randle. Hell no. So we're gonna include Sabonis as a 5.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay. I don't want to pick Draymond.
I ain't gonna lie.
Don't pick Draymond Green.
They don't pick him. I like Draymond. Pick Siakam.
I got Siakam. Siakam's already in there, but I don't want to pick
Randle. Take Julius.
Is Draymond,
you can take Bam. You can take
Lauri Markkanen, Julius Randle.
You could take Bam.
After that,
I know there's somebody.
Carl Anthony Towns technically played the 4 this year.
I'm not playing.
I would play him as a 5.
He's a 5. He's always gonna.
I agree. He's a 5. I'm trying to give you the options.
Christian
Wood. I'm thinking about. Hell no! What the hell is wrong with you? What?
The 4 position is just kind of weak.
You know what?
It is. The 4 position is a little weak right now in the NBA.
You know what? Give me.
Jokic has no
give me Jaren Jackson.
I forgot about him.
No. You're dragging it, bro. You don't even feel that way, bro.
I do.
You don't, bro. He does not feel that way.
Hey, Dub, if it helps, I have him.
Dub, you are
at my
copping out,
6th spot with Randall.
Nah, I'm putting Jaren Jackson.
He's copping out because he doesn't want to pick the other guys.
I did forget about Jaren Jackson. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't lie. He fouls out of basketball games way too much for my liking.
Hey, bro, great shooter, great defender.
People keep saying KD when we had him on the small forward list.
Yeah, he's. I don't know.
KD's a 3. KD is a 3, bro.
I mean, he's played the 4.
He plays the 4 for defense, but the way he plays offensively, he's a 3. Offensively, he's a 3. Defensively,
exactly. He's a true small forward, guys. Come on.
Yo, Mars, I'm not gonna lie. How many people can we name over Julius Randle? I'm not gonna lie, bro.
What, power forwards?
Power forwards, yeah.
Give me Al Horford. give me Giannis.
Grant Williams.
Can they be free agents?
Give me PJ Tucker. Give me Evan Mobley. Give me.
Yeah.
Does Ben Simmons play the 4?
No, I'm not taking Ben Simmons.
Give me
Ben Simmons is bad.
Ben
That's a
Simmons. Give me Kevin Love. Give me John Collins. Give me.
I can't do Ben Simmons, bro. I think that's a little OD. He won't even take a jumper. He won't even take a jumper.
Ben Simmons is OD. I'll say.
Give me Paolo Banchero.
Paolo. There we go.
I could go with Paolo. Yeah, I go with Paolo.
I'll go Paolo.
I could definitely go with Paolo.
Give me Aaron Gordon. Give me Jaren Jackson Jr.
Bobo.
No. Give me Keegan. Give me Keegan Murray.
I like Keegan Murray.
Give me
John Collins.
Yeah, I said John Collins. Give me.
I'll take Randall over John Collins.
It's not. I mean, Smith is a free.
Yeah, are we doing centers?
The whole every starting power forward in the NBA is better than Julius Randle.
Come on, Dub. I got to slide soon, so let's do this last one.
Centers real quick. We're gonna do centers real quick.
Jokic, Embiid.
Embiid first. Jokic. Yo, how you let him do it first every time, bro?
God
damn. Yeah, I'm acting like that. Embiid.
Wow. Well, since you acting like that, you can probably put on timeout. You're not going to check me like that.
And now you get out of here. What is you?
Lewis, you go first. Lewis, you go.
Lewis won't do nothing.
Oh my god!
This is too many. There's no way this is happening right now. This is what happens when you give too many people the same account, bro. Lewis, you go first. Lewis, what you got?
This is why
I had Jokic, Embiid, Sabonis. Wait. Who'd you guys say was the center just before? You were putting
Karl-Anthony
Towns, Cat.
Put him in there.
I ain't gonna lie. I had Jokic, Embiid, Sabonis, Adebayo, and then I was torn in between Ayton and Karl-Anthony Towns, but I think I'm gonna go with Karl-Anthony Towns over Ayton.
Bam is a 5, really? I guess he plays a 5 for his team.
Yeah. He's a 5.
He's a 5.
Marcy, I mean J-Rob, since you.
Nah, it's all. You already killed my moment. You killed my moment. I'm just kidding. I'll go Embiid, Jokic. I'll go Sabonis. I like what I've seen out of Sabonis. This is where it gets spooky though. The last two. You say is Evan Mobley to y'all a 5 or a 4? He's a 4. I guess he's a 4.
He's a 4, but I think he can play both.
I think
he can play both.
I guess at 4 I'll go Cat. I'll go Cat at 4, and then actually my 5th, give me Brook Lopez.
This is so nasty.
I did it again, bro.
Hey, Brook Lopez almost made mine for sure. Brook Lopez is a good shout. He had a better start this season.
I like Brook Lopez.
Jesus Christ. That's so nasty.
So
Bam Adebayo is crazy.
One gotta be nasty.
I'm going with I'm going with this. Going with that.
You really made sure to select Bam before Sabonis.
Yes, I did. No, I'm not gonna be disrespectful. I'll put Rudy over.
Oh my god.
There we go. Get Rudy Gobert in the top pack. Jokic, Embiid, Bam, Rudy, Sabonis. There we go. Easy.
I did it again.
This is crazy, yo.
If Karl-Anthony Towns can get a vote, Rudy gets a vote.
So it's actually a tie between Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. So chat, tell me who's a better center.
Should we just go for Ayton? Should we just go for Ayton instead of both of them?
Nah, Ayton's
no. I don't really like Ayton's motor like that.
Ayton don't have heart. He don't have heart.
He really don't have heart. You can tell that. Yeah.
I just think.
Does he have luck though? Does he?
I think he'd be too. Sometimes I think he'd be too caught up in like his beef with Monty on the floor. Like, bro, I need your motor to be at all high, bro.
His motor about to be high now that he's with KD.
Yeah, with KD, you better get a ring. Your motor better be through the roof, bro.
So you better get a ring. Thomas Bryant top 5.
Bro, honestly, in a different universe, I do.
There you go. That's a floor spacer right there.
That is a floor spacer, bro. Big threes, big buckets.
Fire. All right, fellas.
Buckets.
Well,
all right, boys.
We're gonna call it quits now. Sorry for the stream. Blame Ron. He shouldn't have much Canada, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me up, fellas. Hey, like the video.
Do y'all have open jet today or no?
Tomorrow.
All right.
Tomorrow. But
all right, fellas. I see y'all at Gridiron
That
on the late
easy.
night
Love
tip.
your family, love yourself.
like the video, bro.
Via
Shout
chat.
out to all y'all.
See ya at Gridiron.
Jalen's in the goat.